school has been doing a good job for us, especially in the open field. And Hartley Swans, our safety, that guy has not missed a single tackle in the open field. I've been very impressed with that. That's a hard thing to do sometimes in the open field, and he's making them all.
That's maybe the hardest thing to do. Good to have, I heard you talking about smart kids, and it's good to have students of the game, right?
Yep, you want to make sure they're watching film, they understand football. We got a lot of guys that do. Some that they're still having a learning curve because we've had a bunch of guys come out now that were first-year players, but they're catching on quick. We were just talking in the huddle today with the coaches. A couple of our sophomores, like all of a sudden it's clicking. So maybe you're going to be able to get to use them as the year goes on now.
Yeah, it looks like you have some solid numbers this year.
Yeah, I've been really happy with that. We got 42 kids, which is pretty great for a D7 school. And like I said, we got a bunch of sophomores who came out that this is their first year ever playing. A couple seniors came out that hadn't played in a while. They were good athletes.
That's good to see. Well, like I said, it doesn't get any easier this week here. You've got the Edgar Wildcats. You know all about them, defending state champs in D7. What do you see from them on film? Tell me about the scouting report, the game plan, that sort of thing. Break down the team you're up against here this week.
Well, offensively, they don't hurt themselves. Both sides of the ball, they are so disciplined, so well coached that they're not going to hurt themselves. They're going to play mistake-free football, so you got to match that. Plus, they got a lot of good athletes up there, and they know what they're doing. They know football. Offensively, they are physical up front. They got some good running backs. Quarterback is good. They got really good. That Schuett's a really good wide receiver. They've been throwing the ball up to him, and he just goes up and gets it. Defensively, they're flying around like always. You got to be ready. The offensive line has been talking to them like, they're going to be flying around. They're going to be blitzing. You can't catch blocks. You got to go after them. You got to try to meet them.
Yeah. Offensively, what do you guys run?
We run a lot of pro set. We'll do some spread. Like to try to get our athletes open in space.
Okay. Yeah, you see a lot of teams going to that. Almost a lot. I mean, a lot of college and pro teams are doing it too.
Yeah, it's a good offense to run, especially if you have athletes. And like we don't have 250-pound linemen, the guys that where you can just line up and road graders. No, we got guys who can move around, so use what you got.
Yeah, so it fits your guys, and it seems like they like it.
Yeah, they see colleges running it and stuff, so they like that. They, like to try to stay up with the times, but also if we can run the ball under center and get 5 yards of crack, well, we'll keep doing that.
That's true, especially against Edgar. I'm sure this is a week. The guys, they know Edgar week. They know. I'm sure they have it circled. They want to prove themselves against the best, right?
Yeah, but that's why I really enjoyed. I went to high school here in Pittsville. We were in the Marywood. You always had your measuring sticks with Stratford, Edgar. Stratford's in a different conference now, but you still have Edgar. And see how good you are. Like if you want to be able to compete at that high level, well, right there you have one of the best small school programs in the state in your conference. So see where you rank right there.
All right, it's Edgar week, Coach. Here we go. Thanks for the time. We certainly do appreciate it. Good luck here against the Wildcats.
Thank you.
All right, Jeremy Dewar and the Panthers here at Edgar tonight facing the Wildcats. And stay with us. We've got more of our pregame in just a moment.
High school sports coverage is brought to you by Felker Brothers Corporation, the complete combination in stainless steel piping products, pipe, tube, fittings, and custom fabrication. Astra Assisted Living, Chestnut Avenue, Marshfield, the very best assisted living, convenient, comfortable, and secure lifestyle. Visit AstraSeniorCommunities.com. And Hiller's True Value Hardware, South Central Avenue, Marshfield, Milwaukee tool distributor with the largest selection and low price.
Let's check in now with Marshfield Tiger football coach Denny Gato. Marshfield facing DC Everest in a VFA football contest at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield on Friday evening. The Tigers coming off their first win of the year last week, winning at Eau Claire Memorial 50-30. Quite a job by your Tiger football team last week. Coach, tell us about that ball game, your impressions of the Tiger football team last Friday night.
Well, my impressions were I'm going to go offensively first. We ran the football better than we have all year. I mean, we had Josh Taylor got to be back in the rotation of things after the first part of the season off here, and doing some things with him now. Different athlete, different look at that position, fullback, and our tailbacks had an extremely good game. I mean, Graydon Rhodey, the senior, he's stepping up a little bit, and Hayden Carlson is a sophomore kid, but he's got some of those abilities that running backs have, and you see them right away. There's special talent there. But Graydon really he's running hard. He's seeing holes down the field and punching through at the line of scrimmage, point of attack. So I was really happy the way our running backs played. That obviously does not go untold about the offensive line and what they did, because they're playing extremely well together. The way they're calling things, and they're already into like being one unit. It's really cool to watch them with the way Coach Hartwig works with those guys. They were impressive last week. Our receivers are doing their thing. They're doing their job. Our quarterback had a better game. He got the ball out of his hand quicker, got a little more confidence, which is, you as a coach and a player, you constantly talk about confidence and how you believe in yourself to throw the ball quickly and understand that the receivers will be there, not waiting and looking to see them wide open like on, Dodge School Playground in Stanley Boyd, when we used to play out there, and wide open you throw it, but he's got to start getting better. Last week was a good step forward for Chase, so that was cool. And defensively, again, we shut them down last week, kind of a little bit got irritated maybe by them. You saw the game when they started calling timeouts right before half, and we're trying to run the half out and be done. So I kind of said, bunk with you, 4th and 5, and we threw a touchdown pass. It's not being a jerk. I'm not a jerk kind of guy, but after you do that a little bit, you kind of get agitated, so we threw it. And I hope they don't take offense to that, but we did. And, we put our seconds in and trying to give our guys some chance to play, and they kept their first in, and we went down and scored in 4 plays. I mean, so those are just things, and I was happy our kids did that. I wasn't happy having to put our starters back in. Was not happy to do that. That's not what you do. But anyway, defensively, we did our job. I told you about the defensive ends and how happy I was with those guys, and Len's got to be happy too, because they're getting in, making havoc in the backfield, and making tackles when they have to. Right at the point of attack, they're making tackles. We're still, letting some. But you can't just totally play man to man. I don't know if our skill level was at their level. They had a couple nice receivers, and their best one was out last week. So we had to play some zone, and we had to give up some passes and things like that. But overall, I think our stock was up last week, and we played a lot better.
Coach, you talked about Chase getting the ball out quickly, and you got a couple of things at opposition here. One, you don't want Chase throwing the ball to the first guy every time, but on the other hand, he has to go through a progression. But on the other hand, also throw the ball quickly. How do you meld those two issues together, that throw the ball quickly, but not the same guy all the time?
Gene, I wish you could do that for me. It'd be a lot better. But the kids out there playing, you just go through situations and you talk about reading high to low, low to high, looking where you got to be. But the biggest thing is you got to get him to believe in what he sees and what he's doing. We have all of our pre-snap stuff. We go through those progressions all the time. We have an acronym that we use that he goes through in his head. I hope he's doing it every time, and we teach it and coach it. And, that's what makes a decision. And, again, it is high school football. This is not, Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre, going through their progressions and then breaking out of the pocket and still having their progressions in their head and throwing. It's high school football. So we're banking on the schematics that we put in a pass play, that we have a situation where they can have our simple reads and go from 1 to 2 and have a place to throw it. So it's not anything really, really crazy. We're dropping back and throwing it to the guy that's open, guys who can run and guys who can catch. That's who usually get the ball.
What a job last week for Brooks Hinson with 3 touchdown catches plus a pass interception return for a score must be nice to have a guy like that on your team that can make some big plays like that.
You know, when you say that the athletes have to play and they've got to come to play, you got to be thinking about Brooks. This guy, I wish we could have a whole segment on Brooks because of the fact that he eats humble pie, I think, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or his dad doesn't feed him. You know, his dad sits in the dark all day thinking about things, and he probably doesn't feed him when he gets home, so he eats humble pie. The kid is so humble that you can't get anything out of him that says, hey, throw me the ball, or hey, I'm open. He's not that guy. He is just, I will make the play and I will do everything I can after the catch or defensively to knock the ball down and get some more yards for us. He's really a phenomenal kid, and I can't say enough about him right now. He's just really good. And, you know, people are double covering him, so now he takes away people on defense from other guys that we can get ball to other people. But we move him all around. He goes to every different receiver spot except tight end. But I think when we go empty, no tight ends, he's playing that spot, tight end. So we just move him so we can get him the ball. Great athlete, great high school athlete, going to be a great college basketball player and whatever he wants to do after that. So impressed and proud of him.
DC Everest on Friday night. Your thoughts about this matchup?
A rivalry football game. They're really good. They've got more wins than we do. They're big. They're fast. They got a nice quarterback. Couple of nice D linemen. Their offensive line is solid. They have everything going for them, and it's up to us to come in and knock them out. We got to win. We got to go 5-0 the rest of the season. So that's our job, and that's our mantra. That's here we go 5-0. So got to get it done.
Marshfield Tiger football coach Denny Gadel. Marshfield and DC Everest meeting tonight here at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. We'll return with more of our pregame report following these messages.
High school sports coverage is brought to you by Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It's Marshfield made new. House of Heating, 1602 North Central Avenue, Marshfield, your premier Lennox dealer. Lean on Lennox and House of Heating to make your home comfortable. And BBD Sports Shop, Abbotsford, a full-service sports shop, fishing supplies, crossbows, guns and ammo, plus the largest supplier of bear bait. Shop online or at 207 East Spruce, Abbotsford.
Football tonight at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. Marshfield Tigers and DC Everest meeting in this VFA contest tonight. First of all, some record keeping to pass along from last week's ball game. Marshfield's Chase Hinson caught 3 touchdown passes in that contest, and that ties a school record for most touchdown receptions in one game. 2 other former Tigers have caught 3 touchdown passes in one contest. Ryan Danzak has done that twice, both in 2008 and 2009. And also Keegan Fossler caught 3 touchdown passes in one ball game in 2014. Also, we were wondering during our broadcast last week, since Brooks caught 3 touchdown passes, also scored on a return of a pass interception for a touchdown. We wondered on the air who was the last Marshfield Tiger football player to score both an offensive and defensive touchdown in the same game. And since Marshfield has played primarily 2-platoon football since the mid-1990s, you must go back a few years to get that answer. And we'll give you the answer to that question in just a few moments. But first of all, the Marshfield High School Pep Band is getting set to perform our national anthem. the Marshfield High School Band with our national anthem as we get set for football tonight here at Hiding Stadium. Marshfield and DC Everest meeting in this VFA contest this evening. Once again, the question for you is the last Marshfield Tiger football player to score both an offensive and defensive touchdown in the same game, prior to Brooks Hinson doing that a week ago. Dale, any idea who that might be?
I'm forgetting his name. Mike Hahn, I think it was?
No.
Or Mark Gruen?
No, actually, it's a bit later than that.
Oh, my. Okay, well, then I don't know.
The last a player you probably coached.
Okay.
The last Marshfield Tiger football player to score both an offensive and defensive touchdown in the same game is Wayne Jacoby.
Oh, okay.
Wayne
Good athlete.
Jacoby in 1990 in a
Good
game
baseball.
against Merrill returned a fumble 20 yards for a touchdown and also rushed for a touchdown in that ball game. Ironically, the week before against Wausau East, one of Marshfield's all-time great running backs, Brian Gust, scored a defensive touchdown on a fumble return, but Brian did not score on offense in that game. But the week later, Wayne Jacoby scored both offensively and defensively for the Marshfield Tigers.
Well, what about my record in 1905?
Well, that really doesn't count.
Oh, why not?
Well, because, back then, first of all, there had to be another team on the field.
Oh. You're going to qualify things all the time. You're just tired of it. Tired of it, Gene.
Just to pick up a loose ball and run it in, 20 minutes before the ball game and say that's a fumble.
It was in my backyard, actually.
Well, that really doesn't count too much.
Okay.
So I'm sorry about that. Sorry to deflate you like that, but we can't count that record. You are listening to Marshfield Tiger football on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com, as well as ZaleskiSports.com. With Dale Eucaitis, I'm Gene Delisio at Hiding Stadium, and Dale, the Tigers coming off a strong performance against Eau Claire Memorial a week ago. We'll see if they can keep it up against a very good DC Everest ball club tonight.
More consistent running the ball. They went to an I formation, which is something that they used back in the heyday when they were going to state and so on, but stayed with that a little bit more and had some strong blocking at the line of scrimmage and had some good ball control moments. Robinson did what he needed to do. That's pretty simple. Get the ball to Hinson.
That's right.
And the defense did the best they could. No huddle, wide open offense of Eau Claire was a challenge, and the reason the team does that is they make it difficult for you to do any substitutes on defense and maybe even change defenses. So Marshfield had to stay in a little bit more of a stock defense, but overall, until the second half, did a very nice job.
Well, he's talked a lot about Brooks Hinson, the job he did offensively. Let's also not forget Graydon Rohde with a big night last week, rushing for 147 yards and 3 touchdowns in that ball game.
We had an incident that took place in that ball game. Both Gene and I were talking. He was writing some stats, and I was commenting on the great crowd that Eau Claire Memorial had, the student section to my left. And the next time we look up, here's their fine running back, Simmons, whatever his name is. He's running down our near sideline all the way about 80 yards for a touchdown. I talked to some of the Marshfield coaches later, and they think that the officials marked the ball ready for play before the Tigers even got out there to the line of scrimmage and got ready. So maybe Marshfield got out of the sideline huddle a little late or something, but that was one of the strangest things that I've experienced, certainly on the air, and probably as a coach.
Certainly was an odd situation, and Memorial did score on that play.
Yeah, here we go. We're talking about something, and we're looking down, and all of a sudden, here's a whole bunch of Eau Claire Memorial players running down the sideline below us, and excited, and we're going, what in the heck is going on here?
Well, DC Everest is kicking off to begin play. Jay Stasiak, the kickoff man, kicking from south to north. Hayden Carlson and Graydon Rohde back in deep safety for Marshfield. At the north end zone, or the end zone to our left. Stasiak approaching. Here's the kick. Long end over end kick. Comes to Rohde on the 3-yard line. Far side, 10, 15, across the 20, dives across the 25, and stomped around the 27 or 28-yard line.
Marshfield choosing to return to the far sideline, which here at the stadium on Ludke Field is far sideline is where DC Everest is tonight. Marshfield in their black jerseys, white numbers, white pants. Everest in more or less white uniforms with a little bit of green and gold, some green numbers on. So that's our fashion show as Marshfield comes out, Gene, to run their first play.
1st and 10 Tigers at their own 28-yard line. Chase Robinson playing quarterback. Graydon Rohde the tailback. Brooks Hinson wide near side. 2 blocking backs on the near side as well. Hayden Carlson and Josh Taylor. Here's a pitch play to Rohde coming near side with some room across the 30. 35 gets outside across the 40. Up the near sideline 50, 40-yard line, and out of bounds inside Everest territory at around the 37-yard line.
Well, certainly if you're DC Everest, you scouted Marshfield last week and you saw them power running up the middle. Everest put 5 men at the line of scrimmage and linebackers playing close. Boy, that pitch play was the perfect call for Rohde going down this near sideline.
And he gains 35 yards on the first play from scrimmage. Play just underway here at Hiding Stadium. 1st and 10 Tigers at the Everest 37. Sadowska out wide far side along with Josh Peters. Hinson near side. Rohde goes in motion. Lines up in the offensive backfield. Robinson in the pistol. Hates the snap. Hands to Rohde straight ahead. Gets hit at the line. Falling forward to the 35-yard line. Gains about 2 on that play.
Good job by a defensive lineman from DC Everest. And that gentleman was Bremen Peterson.
Got some good penetration. Got a good leg tackle on Graydon. 2nd and 8 Tigers at the Everest 35-yard line. Hinson near side. Everybody else is tight.
Here comes the eye.
Taylor, the blocking back far side. Eye backfield. Carlson and Rohde in the eye behind Robinson. Straight ahead, Carlson, a nice gain. Cuts outside across the 30 and dives forward to the 27-yard line. Carlson playing fullback on that play. Gets about 8. He is close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like they might be shy by about a half yard. 3rd and less than 1 for the Tigers at the Everest 28-yard line. Tiger offensive line. Ethan Connect at left tackle. Wyatt Dorhorse left guard. John Clum at center. Brant Allar at right guard. Sam Granger at right tackle.
I formation. Please don't hand it off to the tail. Nope, it's not an I formation.
Rohde is in the tailback spot. Taylor, a blocking back on the near side. Robinson gives to Rohde, cuts outside for a nice gain across the 25, back inside the 15, the 10-yard line, where he may have lost the football, but then fell on it inside the 10. Good gain by Graydon Rohde, putting Marshfield into scoring position.
Hand off over right guard and then cut back to the far hash mark and puts Marshfield in a 1st and goal situation.
Another 19 yards on that run for Graydon Rohde. Tigers moving the ball well. 1st and goal, Marshfield at the Everest 8. Early first quarter, still no score. Kolstad and Peters wide near side. Robinson back in the pistol. Rohde the tailback next to him. Robinson will run the ball himself. Coming to the near side, tries to turn the corner and does at the 5-yard line. He gets in the end zone for a Tiger touchdown.
Good wheels there by Robinson, because when he faked that handoff and went to the outside, there were 3 white jerseys Everest players out there, and he was able to outrun them to the near pylon and get into the end zone without any contact. Quite a play.
Chase's first rushing touchdown of the season. 5-play, 72-yard scoring drive. And on the 2-point conversion try, the Tigers go far side on a quick pitch, but the ball carrier denied, does not get across the goal line, and the run for extra point is unsuccessful.
Oh, quite a drive by the Tigers to start this one. Wow.
Marshfield looks good on their first possession. 9:51 remaining in the first quarter. Our score now, Marshfield 6 and DC Everest nothing. More football coming up following these messages. Marshfield Tigers on the scoreboard first tonight. Now Keegan Frederick kicking off. Nevin Poppy back in deep safety for DC Everest, along with Blake Bankston. Frederick kicking from left to right or north to south. End over end kick. And Poppy at the 1 yard line. Far side 10 at the 15 to the 20, then gets upended as he crosses the 20 yard line. Several Tigers on that stop, led by Wes Nowitzki, sophomore playing on special teams for Marshfield tonight.
Nice tackles on that far sideline. Good hustle by the Tigers covering that kick.
1st and 10 Everest at their own 22. 9:45 remaining in the first quarter, and Marshfield has the early lead at 6-0.
We've had some good kickers here, but boy, gets the ball so high in the air on these kickoffs.
Everest led out by senior quarterback Logan George. Blake Bankston, the tailback behind him, 2 blocking backs on the near side. On first down, Bankston straight ahead to the 25 and powers his way forward to about the 26, 27 yard line. Bankston this year has rushed for 632 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's been over 100 yards in each of the last 3 Evergreens ball games. He gains 4 on that play.
We're seeing some of these teams now, a number of teams going with 2 blocking backs just behind the lineman on one side. It kind of looks like what Menominee has done over the years.
2nd and 6 for Everest at their own 26.
Different setup here.
George under center, Bankston the tailback. And George pitches to Bankston coming near side, turns it back to the inside.
Nice.
A nice open field tackle at the 29 yard line. Good job by Ethan Richardson.
Wow, what
coming
a
from
nice
behind
play.
to make that tackle.
What a nice play. He doesn't make that tackle, and Bankston's, he's off to the races.
That's a gain of 3 more, and Everest now in a 3rd down situation.
Yeah, and even they moved the yard markers back, so they probably gain about 1.5 yards on that play.
3rd and 3 for Everest at their own 29. Xavier Edwards going wide to the far side. 2 blocking backs in the ball game once again. Bankston the tailback behind George on 3rd and 3. And George to Bankston straight ahead. A nice gain to the 35, out to the 40 yard line. Stopped there by Jackson Anderson. But that's a first down for DC Everest.
Yeah, that time they put the 2 blocking backs behind the left guard and tackle, and they just handed it off to Bankston, and he followed those blockers right straight ahead. Power football.
He picks up 12, 1st and 10 Everest at their own 41. Marshfield leads 6-0, 8:20 remaining in the first quarter.
First down for Everest.
Edwards out wide far side. 2 blocking backs in there once again for the Evergreens. George hands to Bankston, tries to get outside. Not much running room though. He'll be gang tackled near the line of scrimmage. Did fight his way back to the line, maybe a half-yard gain on that play, but several Tigers in on that stop. Last man off the tackle, off the pile though, is Dawson Meisner. Bankston held to 1 yard on that run.
That time Everest with those 2 blocking backs lined up to the left side, but then they pulled them across trying to run a counter play, but Marshfield wasn't going to have it.
2nd and 9 Everest at their own 42. Edwards far side. Once again, Edwards has 8 catches so far this year. Now he shifts. Comes out to the near side. George, the quarterback, checking with the sideline. Guys moving all around now. Now they're set.
5-second count.
George turns, wants to pass the football. Rolls the near side, stops, and throws down the near sideline, but over Edwards' head at the 35-yard line, incomplete. Well covered on that play by Jackson Anderson. That ball along the sideline, likely uncatchable anyway.
George getting greedy. He had 3 receivers running out patterns on this near sideline. He had a back out of the backfield wide open that probably would have caught the ball and made the first down easily, but he decided to go deep to a covered receiver.
It's 3rd and 9 Everest at their own 42. Edwards out on the far side along with Braden Mishka. Cohen Preby wide on the near side. George fakes the handoff, throws across the middle, a wide open tight end at the Marshfield 40-yard line, brings the ball down to about the 35. Tight end Cole O'Brien makes his 10th catch of the year on a quick pass across the middle. Carries down to the Tiger 36-yard line.
Quick huddle here, quick to the line of scrimmage.
And a first down. Gain of 22 on that pass play to Cole O'Brien, his 10th catch of the year. 1st and 10 Everest at the Marshfield 36. George back in the pistol. Bankston next to him. And the handoff goes to Bankston straight ahead. Cuts back to the outside, crosses the 30, then pushed back at that point.
Good effort by Bankston. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage trying to go left, but then hanging on to the ball with two hands, kind of slid back over the middle and picked up some good yardage.
They'll give him 5 yards, marks him down to the 31.
And most of that was on his own.
2nd and 5, Everest at the Tiger 31. 6:30 remaining in the first quarter. Marshfield on top, 6-0. Evergreens get their signal.
Puts you in a tough call, 2nd and 5 here.
3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. George in the pistol, Bankston next to him. George grabs the snap, hands to Bankston straight ahead for a short gain, pushed back at the 28. May have fallen forward for another yard or two.
Yeah, they're giving him the benefit of the scrum, I want to call it. He runs into a bunch of players, looks like he's stopped, but then has strong legs and pushes forward to create very short yardage.
He gains 4, so it's a 3rd and 1 for the Evergreens at the Marshfield 27. Edwards and Pregame both wide far side. Mishka joining him out there as well. O'Brien, the tight end, on the near side. George in the pistol. Bankston next to him. And George runs himself. Gets hit at the 25, but falls forward down to about the 22 and gets the first down.
Another strong run.
George this year has rushed for 94 yards. In fact, he ran for 58 yards against Wausau West last week. He gained 6 on that play. 1st and 10, Everest at the Tiger 21. Marshfield on top, 6-0, 5:25 remaining in the first quarter. This is the 10th play in this Everest drive, which began on their own 22. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. George gets a low snap, throws across the middle, and again the tight end O'Brien right there at the 10-yard line, cuts back inside to about the 2.
Wide open over the middle. Boy, that is something that Everest, I don't care who the coach is, something that they've done over the years, faking a handoff and then flipping the ball over the middle to a tight end, especially when they get into the other team's territory. Once they get past about the 50-yard line, it's a trademark play from Everest.
19 yards on that pass play. 1st and goal, Evergreens at the Marshfield 2. Everest now in a I backfield. George under center. And Bankston straight ahead into a pile near the goal line. No word as of yet. Looks like they'll mark him just shy.
And a hurry-up huddle here. Oh, somebody's hurt from Everest.
Everest man is down. Everest man is down. The ball spotted just outside the goal line. And Everest man is down on the play. One of their offensive linemen.
Oh, it happens
on that play.
So often. You run a play and it's a power play straight ahead, and there's kind of a pile-up of players, and a lineman gets kind of caught up in that. I was watching a replay of a game on TV this afternoon, and twice in that game, the lineman got hurt because people fell on the back of their legs.
Everest man is down on the field. Near the goal line to our left, it appears it's offensive lineman Will Waite, being attended to by medical personnel. We have 4:32 remaining in the first quarter here at Hiding Stadium.
Do we have I can't look around the corner. Do we have another player?
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
On that left leg a little bit, but he's able to walk off the field. A lot of attention being paid right now to the Everest play. Oh, just as soon as I say that, he gets, oh boy, he can hardly stand.
Yeah, he gets up. He'll now be helped off the field.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Other games this evening at ZaleskiSports.com. Royal Greenwood at Amherst. Colby at Marathon. Pittsfield at Edgar. Those games now all underway on ZaleskiSports.com.
Yeah, another leg injury, this time to an Everest player, and he's being assisted off the field by a couple players and coaches with the injured player arms around their shoulders.
Everest now has a 2nd and goal just outside the Marshfield goal line. Evergreens line up. Bankston in the backfield, along with Corbin Enzenroth. Very tight formation here.
Real tight and real short in the backfield. Holy cow. This is going to be a push.
George himself straight ahead, and he'll cross the goal line for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was the old Philadelphia Eagles push straight ahead.
12 play, 78-yard scoring drive, ties the ball game at 6 apiece. For Logan George, his first rushing touchdown of the season. The Evergreens with an odd formation. Most of their offensive line on the near side.
Yeah, that's that swinging gate formation. Just about everybody over to one side. You got the center in the middle of the field, a quarterback and a running back next to him, and a single receiver far side. Yet now they shift. What the quarterback is doing is he's counting off the number of defenders in an area.
And now Stasiak will attempt to kick the PAT. George is the holder.
That's
low snap, ball is up, and the kick is good.
Good job by the holder.
And that holder is the quarterback, George, who made the play. And that gives Everest a 1-point lead. 4:29 remaining in the first quarter. Our score now is Everest 7.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for. Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Nice crowd on hand for Tiger football this evening. Marshfield and DC Everest here in Marshfield. Stasiak with a line drive kick, and that goes into the end zone for a touchback. Tiger football on their own 20, 4:29 remaining in the first quarter. And Everest on top 7-6. High school football tonight on WOSQ, brought to us by Culver's on North Central Avenue in Marshfield. A family favorite restaurant known for made fresh butter burgers, frozen custard, and Wisconsin cheese curds. That's Culver's of Marshfield. Tigers come out. Led out by quarterback Chase Robinson. Hayden Carlson, the running back with Chase. Allen, wing on the near side. Two receivers far side. Robinson hands to Carlson. Being harassed in the backfield, he'll go down for a loss. The Everest defensive line in there quickly. And Carlson loses 4 yards on that play.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that play was supposed to go. Carlson ended up having to try to get to the right side off tackle, and there were 3 defenders there. It was as though, I hate to say this, but it was as though nobody got blocked on the line of scrimmage.
Loss of 5 on the play. 2nd and 15 for the Tigers at their own 15. 2 receivers far side, 2 on the near side as well. Robinson will throw the ball. Far sideline caught by Kolstead across the 20. Out to about the 23 and drop right there. Cam Kolstead makes his 2nd catch of the season.
Nice throw on rhythm, on time. Receiver goes down about 7 yards, turns around, catches the ball.
They'll mark him down on the 23, so a gain of 8 on that play. 3rd and 7, Marshfield at their own 23-yard line. And you see Robinson throw again. Hinson and Sadowska both near side. Kolstead and Hallen on the far side.
Hinson on the slot near side.
Robinson fades to pass. Throws to the near sideline. Caught by Hinson across the 30 and bounced down around the 33-yard line. He should have the first down with that catch. Brooks Hinson's 14th catch of the year. He picks up 9 on the play to the 32. 1st and 10 Marshfield at their own 32. 3:05 remaining in the first quarter. Everest on top 7-6.
Good route by Hinson out of his slot position. Hinson And also a nice throw by Robinson, right on the money.
Tigers line up. Jacob Sadowska split to the near side. Two wings on the far side. Carlson and Josh Taylor in a split backfield. The back judge is stopping play. Now wants to meet with the referee. Other games in the VFA tonight. Wausau West at Wisconsin Rapids. Eau Claire Memorial at Eau Claire North. Stevens Point has the conference bye tonight. And Spash playing this evening in a non-conference game at Hudson.
You mentioned last week that North might be the stronger team in Eau Claire this year.
Looks like they might be. They have a couple of wins. 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 32. Split backfield. Robinson will hand off to Carlson, getting around the outside. And he'll backpedal across the 35 to about the 36-yard line.
Flag thrown at the line of scrimmage by the far official.
That play would gain 4, but may come back.
That's going to be a hold.
Sophomore Jace Frick now in the ballgame to play in the offensive line for Marshfield.
Yeah, they're going to mark it off from the previous line of scrimmage.
Now that brings the ball inside the 25 to the 22. 1st and 20 for the Tigers at their own 22-yard line.
The Tigers have had some success with some inside traps in this kind of long yardage situation.
Sadowska and Hinson both wide near side. Allen Kolstad on the far side. Robinson with a high snap runs the quarterback draw. Not much there though. He'll be stopped around the 23. Only gains about 1 yard on the play. 1 yard for Robinson. 2nd and 19 Tigers at their own 23-yard line. At halftime, we'll talk with Charlie Oslakson on his induction into the Marshfield Tiger Athletic Hall of Fame back in 2006. The Hall of Fame induction ceremonies at Marshfield High School taking place this weekend. Tomorrow afternoon and evening at the Marshfield High School Commons area. 2nd and long Tigers at their own 23. Robinson back to pass, rolling near side, dumps it off, caught by Taylor at the 28, out to the 29, stop there. There's a flag down on the play again.
Yeah, a late flag as the play was developing along this near sideline.
Josh Taylor makes the catch, his first of the year.
I wouldn't be surprised at this defensive. Oh, they're pointing towards Marshfield again.
Holding against the Tigers once more. Tigers' second holding call on this drive. Braden Rohde returned to the Tiger lineup.
Thrown by the official on this near sideline late, and now they're taking it back 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage to march off another 10. Okay.
Well, the ball goes back to the 11-yard line. Tigers have to get to the 42 for a first down. So 2nd and 31 for Marshfield at their own 11. Hinson and Sadowska to the far side. Josh Peters tight end on the near side. Robinson back in the pistol. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, being rushed, rolls far side, he'll take off, now flips it to the far sideline towards Rohde, and the ball rolls out of bounds around the 12. Looked like a late pitch to Graydon Rohde, and Graydon couldn't handle it, got by him, went out of bounds at the 11, so actually no gain on the play. Ball stays on the 11 where it's 3rd and 31.
It's a tough one. I'm not sure to call that a pass or if that was actually a lateral and they marked him back. It's kind of a strange call there. I mean, not a strange call, but a weird penalty that the referees had to manage.
Hinson far side, Kolstad near side, I backfield. Robinson hands to Taylor straight ahead for a couple of yards. Stopped at the 13. That creates a 4th and about 30 for the Tigers at their own 13-yard line. And we presume Marshfield will punt the ball here.
Taylor, another one of those, I believe he's a sophomore,
yes,
correct?
Yes, he is.
We got a number of sophomores playing this year for Marshfield. Gaining some valuable experience and actually playing fairly well.
Keegan Frederick normally the Marshfield place kicker, will punt this evening. Nevin Poppy back in deep safety for Everest.
Holy mackerel.
Zone 40.
Poppy's back about 60 yards or more on this one. Here comes
Good
block.
snap. Kick is away. High kick to the near side, not real deep. Bounces inside the Marshfield 45 and grabbed by an Everest man right there.
Tiger fans down in front of us kind of excited. They thought the ball hit one of the Everest players. There was an Everest player and a Marshfield player at the point when that ball came down, but Everest does retain the football from the kick.
And the Evergreens have a short field to work with. 1st and 10 Everest at the Tiger 42. 42 seconds left, first quarter, and Everest on top 7-6.
Everest making some pretty good yardage going to their left in the last series.
Quarterback Logan George back out there with tailback Blake Bankston. 3 receivers on the near side. George takes the snap, rolling to the near side, stops and throws on the run, caught by Edwards at the 30, cuts back inside and eludes a couple of tackles and finally dragged down at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, a couple of missed tackles after catching the ball, but first down Everest.
Xavier Edwards on the catch, his 9th of the year. Carries to the Marshfield 28, picks up 14 on that play. 1st and 10 Evergreens at the Marshfield 28-yard line. Time winding down here in the first quarter. Edwards far side, Pregame near side along with Braden Mishka. Bankston the tailback behind George.
George looking to the sidelines for some help on a play call here.
Clock down to 12 seconds. George grabs the snap, looks to throw far side, caught by Edwards on a quick slant, and he'll dive down to about the 16-yard line. Picks up 12 more and gives Everest a first down as time expires, ending the first quarter football here at Hiding Stadium. Our score after one period is DC Everest 7 and the Marshfield Tigers 6. We'll come back with second quarter action following these messages.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from shedsdelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit shedsdelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's shedsdelivered.com. Go today.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
On the Marshfield 18-yard line. Everest on top 7-6 as we begin the second quarter. Logan George, a quarterback for the Evergreens, moving from left to right offensively. Split backfield behind George. Pitch play to Bankston. Gets hit at the line and falls forward right there. Some good penetration by Marshfield. The tackle made by Ethan Richardson at the 17-yard line. That play loses 1 yard. 2nd and 11 Everest at the Tiger 17. Each team scored on their first drive. Marshfield stopped on their second drive. This is Everest's second drive of the night. Cohen Preby comes out wide near side. George under center. Bankston, the running back, behind him. Pitch play to Bankston going far side at the 15. Hit there and falls forward to about the 10. Then dives forward once again to about the 8, but they'll mark him down on the 11. Bankston gains 6 on that run. And that gives Everest a third down, 3rd and 4 Evergreens at the Marshfield 11-yard line. Short field to work with for the Evergreens. Began this drive on the Marshfield 42. High backfield now. Enzenroth and Bankston in the eye behind George. He's under center. George wants to pass the ball. Rolls near side, throws at the far sideline in the end zone. The ball caught just outside the end zone by the tight end O'Brien, out of bounds at the 1.
Oh my God, if he had rolled out this direction, there were 2 Everest receivers on the opposite side bootleg wide open in the end zone.
But O'Brien out of bounds at the 1-yard line. That creates a 1st and goal for the Evergreens at the Marshfield 1. Still early second quarter. And Everest on top 7-6, looking for their second score. Everest back in an I backfield. Enzenroth and Bankston in the I behind George. George under center, gives to Bankston straight ahead in the pile, and gets in for the touchdown. Blake Bankston scores his 12th rushing touchdown of the year. 6-play, 42-yard scoring drive, and Everest now leads 13-6. Evergreens line up once again with most of their ball players on the far side, one on the near side, and now they shift into a kicking formation.
Well, you make the extra point, it gives you an 8-point lead.
Stasiak on to kick. George the holder. Ball is down. Here's the kick. It is up and it is good. And so DC Everest adds to their lead. 10:26 remaining in the second quarter. Our score is DC Everest 14, Marshfield 6. And more football coming up in just a moment.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Now DC Everest unstoppable so far tonight. They lead by 8 early in the second quarter.
Got some score updates for you here, Gene. Wausau West 7 over Rapid 0. Of course, this is early. Nakusa 12, Watoma 0. Tomahawk 7, Rhinelander 0, and Auburndale ahead of Rasho 21-6.
Everest now kicking off. Stasiak kicking from left to right. Rhodey and Carlson back in deep safety for Marshfield.
Once again, Mike Yakitis supplying scores from our home football central.
Good job by Mike this evening. Kick by Stasiak, a line drive. Rhodey on the far sideline at the 7. Up the far sideline across the 20, breaking some tackles out to about the 23, then pushed back there.
Yeah, then buried by 3 defenders. He was spinning away from tackles, and that second spin got him. That's when the 3 defenders from Everest on the return coverage team nailed him.
1st and 10, Marshfield at their own 23, early second quarter. And Everest leads 14-6. Marshfield Tiger Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony is taking place tomorrow, 4 p.m. at the Commons area. Inductees include Andy Varsho, Ashley Jadarski, C.J. Brock, Deepo Fagbemi, and Jim Sherburne, along with the 1999 Tiger football and volleyball teams. Big crowd for that one tomorrow, 4 o'clock at the high school auditorium. 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 23. There's a handoff to Hayden Carlson. A nice gain straight ahead across the 30 to the 40-yard line. Anchoring in the field to 50. That's back outside the 45 and dumped at the 35-yard line.
Well, there's a situation that we've talked about so far this year where a team on defense puts everybody near the line of scrimmage. They had 6 down linemen, they being Everest, and a couple linebackers close, and all you need to do is pop a seam, which is what happened there.
And Hayden gains 42 yards on that play. His previous best in one game was 40 against Memorial last week. He runs for 42 on one play. 1st and 10 Marshfield at the Everest 35-yard line. Robinson in the pistol. Hands to Rhodey, getting outside across the 35 to about the 31. Boy, nobody on this near sideline, Dale, had Graydon broken that last tackle.
Yep.
And he gains 4 on that run. By the way, after that Hall of Fame induction ceremony tomorrow, there will be a reception at the Elks Club about 5:30 tomorrow for the Hall of Fame inductees as well. 2nd and 6 for Marshfield at the Everest 31. Hinson and Sadowska both wide far side. Taylor and Carlson split backs behind Robinson. Taylor straight ahead, runs into a wall, breaks a couple of tackles, fights his way back to the line of scrimmage and no further.
Boy, good job by Taylor just getting to the line of scrimmage. There was a good push by the defensive front in the middle by Everest, and they shoved the offensive lineman for Marshfield into the backfield, and Taylor, bang, ran into one of his own players, but was able to slide to the right and pick up a little bit.
Looks like a 3rd and 6 for the Tigers at the Everest 31. Tigers change some personnel here. Chase Robinson back out there to play quarterback. Brooks Hinson heading for the far side with Cam Kolstad. Taylor wing on the near side. Rhodey the tailback behind Robinson. Chase is in the pistol formation. And some offensive and defensive line movement. A Marshfield offensive lineman, Grant Allar, the right guard, goes flying, knocked down by an Everest man. Looks like offside, the call against DC Everest.
Should bring up a 3rd and very short, depending upon how they spot this.
They'll mark the ball at the 26, so you're right, Dale. 3rd and less than 1. 3rd and less than 1 for Marshfield at the Everest 26-yard line. Kolstad far side, Hinson wide near side. Taylor and Rhodey in the eye, Robinson under center. Chase pitches to Rhodey, heading for the far side, trying to turn the corner. He gets back inside, is upended in the open field, but does fall forward to near the first down marker. Didn't gain much, but didn't need much for the first down.
Not getting a real good spot here.
Back to the 26-yard line. Looks like he did not get it. 4th and less than 1 for Marshfield at the Everest 26. Tigers change some personnel once again, and so does DC Everest. They'll bring in some new ball players, including 6'2", 340 defensive tackle Justin DeBoer.
Well, here comes the I formation.
Carlson and Rhodey in the eye, and Robinson on the sneak straight ahead. Did not get much. See how they spot this. Everest players say they stopped Marshfield. No word from the officials as of yet. Officials still have not marked the ball. And now the referee coming towards the near sideline. Ball has not been marked. They'll mark it just outside. Now they mark it back again inside the 26.
Well, I think the referee is checking with the referees on both sidelines to see what they saw and see what they have. Coach Gadel about 5 yards out on the field, shouting something towards the officials.
The ball has been marked about halfway between the 25 and the 26.
Yeah. Marshfield trying that push formation where the linemen kind of wedge forward and the quarterback pushes. But DC Everest was a pretty strong wall. From my vantage point, they didn't get it.
The officials still discussing this. We have 7:23 left in the first half. Everest leads 14-6.
Now they're going to move the ball again a couple inches forward.
Yeah, they moved it closer to the 25.
Now they're going to measure, but they're going to be short, Gene. Ooh, boy. They moved it a lot. This is going to be very close. Very close. Officials moving the ball twice back and forth. They had moved it all the way back to the 26. Now it's touching the 25.
Yeah, but they did not get there.
Still didn't get it by a couple links of the chain. A couple links.
So Everest takes over on downs at their own 25-yard line. 7:23 remaining in the second quarter. And Everest leads 14-6. Everest offense coming back on the field.
Huge play.
By the way, the VFA standings, Everest and Stevens Point both at 2-0. Marshfield 1-0. Wausau West 1-1. Eau Claire North 0-1. Wisconsin Rapids and Eau Claire Memorial both at 0-2 heading into action tonight.
Yeah, and that's the conference this year. It seems like they change it every year.
Yeah, just about.
Geez, now they put the ball down again after they have respotted the ball. And where they've spotted the, oh boy, well, I'm gonna stay out of this. Where they spotted the ball now would be a first down for Marshfield.
Everest offense back on the field. Senior Logan George at quarterback. Everest 2 of 2 on touchdown drives tonight.
I mean, they've spotted the ball now, and the tip of the ball is almost touching the 25-yard line. And if that's the case, Marshfield would have a first down by about a half a yard. I don't know what's going on here. They've moved that ball back and forth 3 different times now.
Well, Coach Gadel on the near sideline, still talking with one of the officials. And the talk rather animated on both sides.
Coach Gadel not real happy because the referee came all the way over here to this near sideline talking to this near official.
That conversation breaks up.
I don't know why this near official would be the person that gets to spot the ball there when the ball is way over on the other side of the field. Nevertheless, it's going to be, unless they change it again, it's going to be Everest football. Boy, a big decision in this ball game.
Greens line up. On first down, there's a pitch play to Bankston, getting outside across the 30, up the far sideline out of bounds around the 34. Pushed out there by Jackson Anderson. Bankston around and gets about 9 yards on that play. 2nd and 1 Everest at their own 34-yard line. Evergreens have scored touchdowns on each of their first 2 possessions in this ball game. Edwards, a receiver on the far side, 2 blocking backs on the near side. And Bankston in the tailback spot. George pitches to Bankston, but a flag down at the snap.
Yeah, flags all over. One on the far sideline. It's like procedure probably against Everest.
Procedure call on the Evergreens. Everest with a new head coach this year, Braden Mitchell taking over as Everest head coach. He replaces former Evergreen standout receiver Tim Strelo, who stepped down after 7 years as Evergreen's head coach. 2nd and 6 for Everest at their own 29-yard line. George with the pistol. Grabs the snap, rolls near side, stops, and throws on the run. Edwards wide open to the 40. Cuts back inside to the 45, taken down at about the 47-yard line by Brooks Hinson. That's a first down.
Marshfield blitzed that time on the inside, couldn't get there. George able to kind of half roll on this near side on sort of a bootleg type play. George just went down and ran a curl, and for how many yards?
15 yards for that one.
15, okay.
1st and 10 for Everest at their own 48-yard line.
6 of 7 passing now for George.
He's completing 66% of his passes this year. In fact, he was 12 of 14 a week ago. George in the eye, takes the high snap, and runs the quarterback draw across the 50 to the 45, the Marshfield 44. And taken down there by Preston Hackett. George runs for about 8 on that play. 2nd and 2, Everest at the Tiger 44-yard line. Evergreens throw the ball well, but they've moved the ball quite well on the ground tonight. Pregame and Bankston both line up as receivers on the far side on this play. Going in the backfield is Evan Enzenroth. George back to pass. Steps up, throws across the middle. Intercepted! Intercepted by Dawson Meisner, who leaps in front of the tight end O'Brien to pull that one in.
Boy, and he had to get up in the air to do it. The tight end was open behind him by about 2.5 yards or so. But that time, Tiger said, we're not going to throw that. We're not going to make that throw to the tight end again.
Meisner goes right down on that spot, which is the Marshfield 28. For George, his 4th interception this year. 1st interception for Dawson Meisner, who picked off 3 passes a year ago.
Very athletic play too.
Yes, it
It
was.
wasn't just right in his chest. He had to get up and reach up to his to the side a little bit and grab that, snag it out of the air.
Tiger football on their own 28, halfway through the second quarter, and Everest leads 14-6. Chase Robinson in the pistol, takes the snap, runs himself off tackle to the 30 and pushed back there.
The defensive front is Everest is very tough.
Robinson picks up 2. 2nd and 8 Tigers at their own 30-yard line.
So you're saying to yourself, well, does that mean Marshfield's going to have to throw the ball? Well, probably, but then you've got that strong defensive front and maybe a linebacker or two coming as well. So puts a play caller in a tough situation.
Josh Taylor back in. Keegan Young leaves the Tiger lineup.
Key is Marshfield stops the drive and is still only down by 8 points.
Hinson split near side. Sadowska far side. 2nd and 8 from the 30-yard line. Robinson back to pass. Quick slant is knocked down. Looking for Hinson on the near sideline, but Jake Reether gets up, knocks that ball down for DC Everest. Incomplete pass leaves Marshfield a 3rd and 8 at their own 30-yard line. DC Everest 3-1. They opened against that tough Rice Lake Ball Club and lost 44-17. But since then, convincing wins over River Falls, Wisconsin Rapids, and Wausau West.
Well, Rice Lake is not only well coached, but it's a tough offense to kind of defend.
3rd and 8 Marshfield at their own 30. Robinson back in the pistol. Rhodey the tailback next to him. Hallen comes in motion, gets the handoff on the jet sweep, has no place to go, and goes down behind the line of scrimmage. Hallen might lose 1 yard on that play. That's Lucas Hallen, who has run that jet sweep from that receiver spot several times this year, has rushed for -3 yards on the year. Lost 2 more on that play. So 4th and 10 Tigers.
A lot of time left in the first half for Everest.
4th and 10 Marshfield at their own 28. They cannot take advantage of the pass interception by Dawson Meisner.
Marshfield taking a lot of time coming out of the sidelines here with the kick team. They're going to be, they're not careful, they're going to have a delay of game.
Keegan Frederick punting from
5
inside his
seconds.
own 15-yard line.
5-second count coming up.
Good snap. Kick is away, and the kick is blocked. Rolls to the far sideline, picked up by an Everest man inside the 15. That ball blocked, I believe, by D'Avion Broaders.
Yep, came through untouched.
D'Avion Broaders, a senior linebacker, comes in, blocks the punt, and that gives the ball back to Everest at the Marshfield 12-yard line.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
And falls forward about the 8-yard line. 4 yards on that play for Blake Bankston. We're marking back at the 9 now, so 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Evergreens at the Marshfield 9.
Bankston with 52 yards, but he's had to do it in 12 carries. He does have the 1 touchdown, a 1-yarder.
He has rushed for over 100 yards in each of Everest's last 3 games. 2nd and 7 Evergreens at the Marshfield 9. George in the pistol. Bankston stands behind him. Edwards comes in motion. George rolls to the far side, stops, throws on the run towards the back line of the end zone. It's caught by Cohen Preby for the touchdown.
Wide open in the back of the end zone near the pylon.
Preby's 2nd touchdown catch of the year. 2-play, 12-yard scoring drive, and Everest on top 20-6.
Not even a bootleg pass. Snap back to George. He just kind of half rolls a little bit to his left, and Prevey runs a corner pattern to the far pylon, and nobody near him.
Stasiak now comes in to attempt the PAT, although the Evergreens have the bulk of their players on that far sideline. Now the snap goes back, and they flip to the far side, and the ball carrier gets in for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they line up that swinging gate, and at this time, instead of snapping it back to the quarterback, they snap it laterally, and it does not have to go between the legs of the center. By the way, he just flipped it out to the left to a running back behind that wall of blockers, and he pushed his way in.
And that was Bankston who carries it in for the 2-point play to expand the DC Everest lead. Clock is now stopped with 3:20 remaining in the second quarter. Our score now.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
The official source for Land Pride implements for farm, turf, dirt working, and landscaping.
Jay Stasiak kicking off for Everest. End over end kick, a short kick to Carlson on the 12. Comes near side across the 20, 25 to the 30-yard line, and dives out to about the 31.
Marshfield returning that time to the near sideline. Decent return.
Tigers scored on their first possession, but they've been quiet offensively ever since.
Oh, the inability to get that first down when it was 4th and inches is going to be a key turnaround play in this ball game.
1st and 10 Tigers at their own 31. 3:15 left, second quarter. Everest leads 22-6. Chase Robinson quarterbacking for Marshfield. He's in the pistol. Graydon Rohde, the tailback, behind him. Sadowski and Hinson wide on the far side. Robinson the pass. Throws far sideline. Caught by Hinson at the 35. Wrapped up very quickly. Looks like that was Nevin Poppy on that tackle. Hinson makes the catch, but only gains about 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 Tigers at their own 34.
2 catches so far for Hinson for 12 yards.
He's averaging 18.5 yards per reception, so his yardage number is a bit low tonight.
Well, a good tackle out there by that cornerback who was a one-on-one with Hinson, and he made the tackle.
That was Nevin Poppy, that defensive back. 2nd and 7 Tigers at their own 34. Robinson to throw once again. Comes near sideline, and Hinson makes the catch. Cuts back outside the midfield, and then taken down at the Everest 48-yard line.
Wow, to my lookout there was a linebacker or somebody that came through and had a bead on Robinson, is going to level him. Robinson able to get it away out here to Hinson. A nice throw. I didn't follow what happened on the collision in the backfield, but Robinson was really in the crosshairs.
18 yards on that pass play. 1st and 10 Tigers at the Everest 48. Everest on top 22-6 late second quarter. Robinson throw again. Comes near side, caught by Kolstad, who steps out of bounds at the Marshfield 42.
Well, Everest is pretty much daring the Tigers to throw the football because they have so many people. They're playing a 5-man front. Sometimes they drop a defensive end or outside linebacker back if there's no tight end on that side, but to me it's a 5-man front, probably a 3-5 defense, as they've called it these days.
6 yards on that pass play to Cam Kolstad. 2nd and 4 Tigers at the Everest 42. Robinson back to the pistol. Fades to pass again. Throws deep across the middle, looking for Kolstad over his head, and intercepted by Poppy. Goes back to the near side with 20. A flag down behind the play. Poppy across the 35-yard line to about the 38. Let's check that. That's not Poppy. That's Alex Weller, I believe.
Well, I'm not sure where Robinson was going with that ball. He expected something more out of a receiver, but that ball was thrown 7-8 yards or more beyond any Marshfield receiver right to the safety on Everest. But we do have a flag. That's going to be post-interception, I think, though.
Flag down in the defensive secondary. Marshfield offensive players milling around on the sideline. Looks like a holding call on Everest. Now we'll see if it's before the interception or after on the return. Officials again coming to the Marshfield sideline to talk with Denny Gadel.
Official changing the look of his signal to a block in the back, which means that probably took place after the interception.
Yeah, that would be. If that play holds, that's Robinson's 7th interception he's thrown this year. Now the Tiger defense coming back out, Dale.
They're going to mark that off from the Everest 19-yard line, or the Marshfield 19-yard line.
So each team with a turnover tonight.
Officials still talking, trying to determine where they're going to mark this from. Shouldn't be that difficult. There they go.
Now they'll bring the ball to it looks like the 11. Everest football on their own 11.
Trying to figure out what half the distance was, I think, there.
1:59 left in the second quarter. Everest on top, 22-6.
Still 1st and 10, though, for Everest.
And the Evergreens have not been stopped tonight. They've scored touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. 3 of their first 4. They were stopped on the interception by Meisner. Only time Everest has been stopped tonight. George in the pistol formation. Grabs the snap and hands off to Bankston. Cuts back outside across the 15 to the 19. Stopped by Meisner, who's back in the ball game near the 20-yard line.
More or less a draw play. Bankston getting the ball lined up behind the left guard and then cutting back over right guard.
Gets 9 on the play. 2nd and 1 Everest at their own 20. Everest does have all 3 timeouts remaining in this first half of football. Edwards comes near side. 3 receivers on the far side.
If you're going to take a shot, this is it right here.
George rolling to the far side. Stops and throws on the run. Dumps it off. The ball is caught by the tight end O'Brien at the 34. And stopped right there by Jackson Anderson. Big night so far tonight for the tight end, Cole O'Brien.
Well, he's getting between the linebackers and the cornerbacks in that no man's land.
Gets 15 on that play. 1st and 10 Evergreens at their own 35, now with 1:15 left before halftime. George takes the snap, being rushed on this play, dumps it off far side, caught by Bankston up the far sideline, 45 to midfield, breaks a tackle, still on his feet in the Marshfield territory, at the 30, the 20, the 10-yard line, and in the end zone for the touchdown.
Boy, 2 missed tackles along the way, but Bankston was wide open on a little bit of an almost a screen pass, except I didn't see any blockers out in front of him. They just swung him out to the left, and George backing up, flipped the ball out to him, and down the sideline he went, and breaking several tackles along the sidelines on the way.
Bankston's 8th catch this year, his first for a touchdown, a 3-play, 89-yard scoring drive. And now the Evergreens in that swinging gate formation once again. They now shift to kick the PAT. Evergreens unstoppable so far tonight in this first half of football. Ball is placed down. The kick by Stasiak is on the way, and it is good. So Everest scores again. We have 58 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Our score now is DC Everest 29 and the Marshfield Tigers 6. We'll come back for more football in just a moment.
After a couple years of this, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That's where Midstate Technical College comes in. Got a passion for helping people? Maybe you like cars. Are you into science? Are you good with computers? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. Stop getting by and level up today.
DC Everest with the 3 touchdowns here in the second quarter. They now lead by 23. Final minute of play here in the first half. Everest has had 5 possessions. They've scored touchdowns on 4 of those. The only one that did not result in a touchdown was a pass interception by Dawson Meisner. Stasiak kicking off. Rhodey and Carlson back deep for Marshfield. Here's the kick. Line drive far side. Rhodey on the 11. Across the 25-yard line to the 30. Across the 35. Crosses the 40. It's a good return there for Marshfield.
Good blocking by that wall, and manages to weave his way up into the decent territory, but the time is running out in the first half. 51 seconds more or less left.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Throws far sideline and throws the ball by Sadowska, incomplete.
Yeah, Sadowska running his route never got turned around until he got near the sideline, and the ball ended up thrown behind him.
2nd and 10 Tigers at their own 43-yard line.
I'm not sure whose fault that is. He's not supposed to look for the ball sooner or cut off his route sooner. Misfire, nevertheless.
Tigers scored a touchdown on their first possession tonight, but offensively they've been quiet ever since.
Made it look pretty easy on that first possession.
Kolstad wide near side, otherwise tight formation. Barlow a wing on the near side on 2nd and 10. Split backfield behind Robinson and some movement on both sides. Tiger tight end Josh Peters moved. Everest defensive line moved as well. And this call against Marshfield.
We also got to look back on the Tigers' holding penalties in the first half when they got the ball back, I don't know, around their own 25-yard line, and a couple consecutive holding calls. Next thing you know, it's first or second and all day.
Yeah. Tigers line up once again, 2nd and 15 at their own 38. Split backfield, Robinson will hand off near side to Carlson, trying to turn the corner. Gets outside across the 40, leaps across a man, and dives out across the 45, and finally pile drived inside the 50-yard line.
Hard running by Carlson, a very nice job, and a couple nice blocks out here also on the sideline by pulling linemen.
Now Marshfield takes a timeout, the Tigers' first timeout. Carlson runs from his own 38 to the Everest 49.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you, and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
Tigers line up with a 3rd down, 3rd and 2 at their own 49-yard line. Carlson and Rhodey in the eye behind Robinson, who's under center on this play. Chase gives to Carlson straight ahead. He should have the first down at the 47-yard line. Carlson picks up 2 on that play. And is a first down for Marshfield at the Everest 47.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
Ball down, incomplete pass.
Ball thrown a little bit to the inside, but again, there was pretty good pressure coming in on Robinson. He had to get rid of the ball and just let it fly.
2nd and 10 Tigers at the Everest 47. Evergreens bringing in an extra defensive back for this play. Jake Sadowska back in the ball game as well. And Carlson will leave. Sadowska far side, Hinson near side. Taylor and Rohde in the eye. Robinson under center, 2nd and 10 from the 47. Robinson again to pass the ball, being rushed and taken down inside the 45-yard line.
Holy cow, the offensive lineman on the Marshfield left side just got overwhelmed, just buried.
Several Everest ball players on that quarterback sack. The first by either team in this contest. And that play ends the first quarter of football here at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield. By the way, on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ tomorrow, we'll talk about Big Ten football on Big Sports Radio tomorrow, 8 a.m. on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, and WOSQFM.com. High school football on WOSQ brought to us by Smith Brothers Meats of Colby, offering a large selection of fresh meats and cheese, plus catering services for any occasion and any reason. Highway 13 South in Colby, Smith Brothers Meats of Colby. Our halftime score once again, DC Everest 29 and the Marshfield Tigers 6. We'll come back with Marshfield Tiger Hall of Fame member Charlie Oslachson as our halftime program continues following these messages.
High school sports coverage is brought to you by Courtesy Auto Instruction.
For over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talented expertise of a big city dentistry with a hometown feel. With our multi-specialty staff and board-certified periodontics and orthodontics, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has solutions for your family. We take pride in being in-network with an array of insurance companies to meet the needs of our communities and our patients. No matter what your dental need, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield will be there for you.
Need a new mattress? Mall Furniture in downtown Marshfield has mattresses, and you can save like never before. We have stacks of mattresses, save big on factory liquidations and closeouts, one-of-a-kind items, and mismatched fabrics. Save on special purchases and rollback pricing on two-sided flippable mattresses. Discounts on adjustable bases and even clearance pricing on floor models.
The furniture people for good home furnishings. Mall Furniture, where value is yours.
Welcome back to football and welcome to week one. It's halftime of your game. Jason Zaleski here, folks, and thank you so much for watching today's broadcast. And we'll have you back into the broadcast booth in no time as we get ready for the start of the second half. But for now, you get me, and buckle up. Here we go. Got a couple updates for you. First, I want to talk about these Thursday games that you're watching here tonight, and let's go through the schedule. If you are looking for another game to put on a different device, and that's always my recommendation to you, because, of course, we give you a whole smorgasbord of football games, 16 games on Zaleski Sports this opening week of Wisconsin high school football, and 5 of the 16 are all happening right now. So let's take you through those. As far as what the schedule is, again, my advice to you, get another device, get yourself a tablet, a laptop, a phone, go grab your neighbor's phone, take your wife's computer, what have you, put one on the big screen up in the living room, while you're sitting on the Davenport, right? You got your Kodak next to you, you got your Coke, you're all set, right? All right, here we go. It's an interesting lineup here on this Thursday night. As I said, 5 games tonight, so 10 schools, 10 football teams. And of the 10, only 2 conference winners from a year ago. So what that means to me is 8 of these 10, 80% of our lineup tonight, teams looking to be better than they were last year. You know, one of the mile markers you set out on an organized sport or even an individual sport is a conference championship, right? I want to be the best among my peers, and a conference championship is that first goal as we look at season goals. And again, 80% of these teams Did not have that last year, and with the season anew right now, that mark is still on their goal, of course, as we play here in week 1. So let's talk about the games a little bit. Menominee and Eau Claire North, 2 teams without a conference championship a year ago, looking to be a little bit better this year. Teams in different conferences. We've got conference realignments all over the state this year. Eau Claire North moving from the Big Rivers to what is still being named the Wisconsin Valley Conference. I'll go through some conferences here a little bit, but and then Menominee staying in what is titled the Big Rivers, but so without the 2 big Eau Claire schools, North and Memorial, both being launched over into the Wisconsin Valley Conference with Wausau West, DC Everest, Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, and Marshfield. That is now the Wisconsin Valley Conference in 2024. So, both Eau Claire North and Menominee with new conferences they'll participate in this year, and maybe new hope for a conference championship. They battle right now on ZaleskiSports.com. Marshfield and New Richmond. So I mentioned Marshfield. New Richmond remains in what is titled the Big Rivers Conference. Marshfield remains in what is titled the Wisconsin Valley Conference, but of course that Valley Conference now no longer, at least the Central Wisconsin Division I schools, no longer part of the Fox Valley Association. So the schools I mentioned before, again, Marshfield, Wisconsin Rapids, Stevens Point, DC Everest, Wausau West, join with Eau Claire North and Eau Claire Memorial. So both New Richmond and Marshfield, minus a conference championship in 2023, looking to be a little bit better as they start the season tonight. Game live on ZaleskiSports.com. River Falls and Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. So again, there we go. River Falls stays in what's called the Big Rivers Conference. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln stays what's called the Wisconsin Valley Conference. I went through those alignments here a couple times, so I'll stop repeating it. Both with room to grow, both looking for a conference championship in 2024. All these teams I've mentioned so far, Menominee, Eau Claire North, New Richmond, Marshfield, River Falls, Wisconsin Rapids, Lincoln, all with respectable seasons a year ago, and room to grow, right? We had this thing, and this is kind of the coach's talk before the season began. Hey gang, returning juniors, sophomores, welcome freshmen. We had a nice season last year. We want to build on that. We're looking forward to a conference championship. So those 6 schools right there, all playing each other, non-conference football here tonight, but looking to be a little bit better than they were last year. And of course, minus those seniors that were on the teams last year. So that brings us to games 4 and 5 on our schedule tonight. Both have a conference champion from a year ago. First, we start with Rice Lake at DC Everest. Rice Lake, conference champions of the Middle Border Conference a year ago. Now they participate in the Big Rivers Conference. So they travel more south as it is. Not too far, though, most times. And so Rice Lake, a really good team. I'm going to talk about football rankings later, and I've got some information there that will make the Rice Lake fans happy. And I'm sure they already know it. They've got a really good football team coming back in 2024. DC Everest at halftime, no doubt their hands full of the Rice Lake Warriors right now. And then the other, our 5th game, another conference champion, the Stevens Point Panthers, conference champion of the Wisconsin Valley Conference in 2023, looking to repeat in 2024, but they take on the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. So Cardinals stay in what's called the Big Rivers Conference. So again, all non-conference games here tonight. And as we look across the board, right, these are all Wisconsin Valley schools, all playing now Big River schools. So a pretty fun night as far as some cross-conference rivalries going on. Let's just title it the Big Rivers and Wisconsin Valley Showdown. And I'll put some headlines out tomorrow morning on how that record went. Again, 5 games, and we'll see who comes out on top in this Wisconsin Valley Big River Showdown here tonight. So for Big River schools, welcome newcomers. For Wisconsin Valley schools, welcome newcomers. And we are going to have our load full of both of those conferences throughout the season here on Zaleski Sports. So those are the 5 games right now. You're watching one of them. Again, my advice to you, my request, my ask, my opinion, Pick another one. Pick one more. I listed all of them again. Stevens Point, Chippewa Falls, Menominee, and Eau Claire North, New Richmond, Marshfield, River Falls, Wisconsin Rapids, Lincoln, Rice Lake, DC Everest. Pick another one you like. Pick one that sounds interesting and turn it on right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when I come back, we're going to talk to you about our magazine, Zaleski Sports Headlines, all that coming up next. Shuta Funeral Services in Stevens Point and Plover, here to help you with all your funeral needs with 2 convenient locations and a personal local touch. That's shutafuneral.com. Don't miss the 32nd Annual Maple Fall Fest Saturday and Sunday, September 14th and 15th at Wildwood Park and Zoo in Marshfield. Next time you shop insurance, call Brad Krecklau or Ian Pierce, your full-service rural mutual agents in Marshfield. The Grey Dog Axe Throwing in Marshfield is fun for all ages, 8 and older. Bring the whole family. Book your awesome experience today. Visit greydogaxe.com. Halftime show continues here on Zaleski Sports. Jason Zaleski here. Hello, friends. Zaleski Sports Headlines. Here we go. This is edition 15 right here, Marshfield Area Magazine, and edition 1, Medford Area Magazine there. And you can get all your football previews for free by picking up that free weekly magazine at retail locations all around the area. Blenker, Auburndale, Hewitt, Marshfield, Stratford, Spencer, Neelsville, Greenwood, Thorpe, Withee, Abbotsford, Stetsonville, and Medford. A free weekly magazine, all color, full color, lots of pictures, high school sports, and swimming, golf, tennis, cross country, volleyball, and of course football, all in our Zaleski Sports magazine. That is free to pick up weekly at those at all those retail locations. Check Facebook at Zaleski Sports for specific retail locations. We will talk to you next. Rankings, football rankings. I'll tell you about those in just a minute. ShedsDelivered.com is your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouse, chicken coop, and hunting blinds. For more information, go to ShedsDelivered.com. Express Employment Professionals has relationships with all the local businesses and job openings. Call or stop in at Express Employment. Hiller's True Value is Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. Get the tools you trust from the people you depend on. Hiller's True Value. BBD Sports Shop, your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors. Shop Cadott and Abbotsford or online at BigBearDown.com. The Hearing House provides personalized hearing health care from 5 locations throughout central Wisconsin. Schedule an appointment in Wausau, Stevens Point, Colby, Neelsville, or Medford at the Hearing House. Zaleski Sports VIP members, they've already seen these rankings, and you can too. Just $5 a month. Go to ZaleskiSports.com, click VIP. I'm going to give you all of them right here. But if you want to see them, read them, look at them again, all found at ZaleskiSports.com, and just click VIP for that. We give you rankings, football, volleyball, special news updates, features, other fun stuff, and it's just $5 a month at ZaleskiSports.com. So let's start in Division 7 and our top 5. Well, we'll give you a sneak preview. We'll give you the top 5. Number 5 in D7, Potosi-Cassville, followed by River Ridge, Boyceville, Blackhawk Warren, and Edgar. The returning champs start this season here at Zaleski Sports at number 1. In Division 6, Auburndale, Mondovi, Reedsville, Westby, and Grantsburg. In Division 5, Wrightstown, Kewanee, St. Mary Springs, Darlington, and back-to-back champs Stratford start this year at Division 5, ranked number 1 here on Zaleski Sports. In Division 4, Ellsworth, Columbus, Aquinas, St. Croix Central, and Lodi tops the charts in D4. Division 3, Grafton, Port Washington, Mount Horeb, Barneveld, Lux Casco, and Notre Dame Academy, number 1 in Division 4. Division 3, New Richmond, Sun Prairie East, Kaukauna, Badger, and Rice Lake. I want to talk to you about Kaukauna and Notre Dame coming up in just a minute. That's a juicy one on our Friday schedule. And I had those out of order here. Division 1, that was Division 2. Division 1, Neenah, Waunakee, Kimberly, Marquette, and the Franklin Sabres top the charts in Division 1. Those are our rankings. Again, Zaleski Sports VIP. We will quickly turn in just a couple weeks to actual seeds. We'll give you those seed previews. That is using our formula based on the WIAA seeding formula. So we no longer give opinions. In just a couple weeks, you will get stone cold hard facts on your favorite high school sporting teams. Friday games, we'll talk about those coming up. You can count on Culligan Water to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Do what we do. Visit CulliganH2O.com. For commercial roofing in central Wisconsin, get a free estimate at Seamless Commercial Roofing. Seamless Commercial Roofing, residential and commercial roofing today. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Get comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages at Bruce Orthodontics. Bring your friends, meet new friends at Poor Choices in Marshfield. Why make a bad decision when you can make a poor choice? All right, gang, 11 games coming up on Friday. Wow. All 7 o'clock kickoffs. Again, we give you 16 total here in opening week for free. All you got to do is get to YouTube. You can watch for free with professional play-by-play, other great stuff, graphics. We give you the best that we can offer. We give it to you 16 times this opening week. Here's a schedule for Friday. Eau Claire Memorial is at Hudson. Wrightstown is at Wapaka. Stanley Boyd at Colby. New Lisbon at Neilsville Granton. Amherst at St. Mary Catholic. Auburndale at Spencer Columbus. Mosinee at Stratford. Get a first look at the two-time Division 6 state champions, now in Division 5, the Stratford Tigers. Shiocton at Iola Scandinavia. Edgar begins to defend their title, Division 7 title, at Ladysmith. Oak Creek is at Waterford. And a really good game, the juicy one, right? Kaukauna and Notre Dame. We've got Kaukauna ranked number 3 in Division 2. And then we've got Notre Dame ranked number 1 in Division 3. So 2 heavyweights going at it Friday on Zaleski Sports. Again, watch all games live. You go to right here, YouTube. You can type in Zaleski Sports. You go to ZaleskiSports.com. You can launch your game from there. Whatever suits your fancy. Social media, we've got direct links to all the games. Whatever you want, you can find the games. Just go to the place that you like most and click the game from there. So those are 11 coming tomorrow. Highlights of select games this week will be found on Facebook. You go to your favorite Facebook Zaleski Sports channel, and we give you the best 5 minutes that we found during any of these games, and we show you those highlights every weekend during the football, and then all week long once all the other sports join in, which is coming up soon. As a matter of fact, let me give you some tidbits on next week's schedule in just a bit. Gross Buick of Marshfield is the home of the lifetime engine warranty on select vehicles. Contact Gross Buick of Marshfield. Felker Brothers of Marshfield congratulates student-athletes all across central Wisconsin on your accomplishments both on and off the courts and fields. Best luck from Felker Brothers. Sports Scene in Marshfield has Green Bay Packers and other player jerseys. The Sports Scene, up the stairs from World Buffet in Marshfield Mall. Bakerville Sports Bar is the perfect spot for birthday parties and family and class reunions. It's a great spot for groups of any size. Bakerville Sports Bar. Call Arts Body Shop on South Central Avenue in Marshfield for auto body and framework. Arts Body Shop on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Next week, this is the week of August 26th. Volleyball is live on Zaleski Sports. We bring our volleyball girls in with our football boys, and we'll have some fun. It all starts on Tuesday. And we have got a serious lineup for you on Tuesday. As a matter of fact, I got to let the computer do the calculation for me. 24 volleyball games on Tuesday. 24 volleyball games on Tuesday. That's ridiculous. Who's going to all these games? Yeah, we are. So we got 24 for you. I'm going to save you the trouble of listing all those off. You go to ZaleskiSports.com, you click the schedule button, and you can read through them all yourself. It's pretty ridiculous. More volleyball coming on Wednesday. Pacelli is going to head to St. Mary Catholic for a quad over there. Wapaka has a quad on Wednesday, so we'll give you 6 volleyball games on Wednesday. On Thursday, 1 volleyball game. That's Wisconsin Rapids at Auburndale. And then we're back to football on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. And as a matter of fact, Saturday, we return to 8-player football. It's Phillips at Newman Catholic. Kickoff at 1 p.m. And your Saturday morning serial is Columbus Catholic volleyball as they go to UW Stout to play all kinds of teams over there. I don't know. There's probably close to 100 games next week. Just silly what we're doing, but watch, please, and enjoy. We will be back to your broadcast booth in just a moment on Zaleski Sports. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com. Get fresh meats and cheeses every day at Smith Brothers Meats in Colby. Smith Brothers Meats, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays, 8 to 4. Thanks to our game day sponsors, Browns Bar, Woodfield Inn and Suites, and Rem's Funeral Home. Be home every night and work for the hometown team at Sternweiss & Sons. Apply today at the Wren Road Ready Mix location, Sternweiss & Sons of Marshfield. First Choice Credit Union in Marshfield serves anyone who lives or works in Wood, Marathon, Clark, or Portage counties. Make First Choice Credit Union your first choice for loans.
Of total offense, 101 on the ground in 18 carries, 44 yards passing on 5 of 9, with 1 interception for Chase Robinson in the first half. Leading receiver again is Brooks Hinson. He has 30 yards, 3 catches. Kolstad at tight end position also has a couple of catches for 14. And Rhodey does have 102 yards rushing in the first half due to a 42-yard run in the first half. Carlson has 18 yards in 4 carries. Taylor only 2 carries for 2 yards. And Robinson, because he was sacked once, is minus 1 yards in the first half. Otherwise, he has a touchdown run of 8 in the first drive, and then a run of 1 and a run of 2 in the first half. So Everest has just been, very explosive, I guess. The reason I keep throwing, I guess, to that, and I'm probably going to upset some Marshfield fans, but Marshfield defense is just lacking. Wide receivers, wide open at times, and they do have Everest does have a very nice defensive front, especially in the middle with that 3-man look, and then with 2 linebackers to the outside, and they play an extra defensive back to one side or the other of the field. It's almost like the old, what we used to call a 52 monster type defense. And they've been pretty effective with that so far in this first half, Gene.
And so DC Everest on top here at the halftime break. By the way, on AM 1450 and FM 98.7 WDLB, we have a CWC ball game now underway. At halftime, Edgar leads Pittsville 28-0. We'll come back to Hiding Stadium and second half football between Marshfield and DC Everest following these messages.
High school sports coverage is brought to you by Forward Bank, depositor-owned community bank, serving Clark, Taylor, Price, Wood, and Marathon counties. Member FDIC. Visit forward.bank. Hefco Floral in the former City Hall Plaza, Marshfield. They have been your florist since 1912. Discover the power of the flower. And I-State Truck Center, 1505 South Central Avenue, Marshfield. The one place for all things heavy truck. They know what drives you. Nuts Deep 2 has 14 large TVs, so you can watch nearly every sporting event available. Nuts is perfect for game time, happy hour, and meal time because they are always cooking.
So good. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Bring your family, bring your friends, and enjoy the many best of Marshfield that Nuts Deep 2 has to offer. Nuts Deep 2 Marshfield and Nuts Deep 2 North, Spencer.
DC Everest on top here at the halftime break, 29-6. And Everest will get the football to start the second half of this ball game here at Hiding Stadium in Marshfield.
By the way, Gene, I have an interesting score here at the half. Stevens Point 14, Hudson 14. Amherst is ahead 21-8 at halftime. Oh, here comes a few more. Ooh, wow. Thorpe is wallowing Owen Withey 52-0. And also at the halftime, Rhinelander 8, Tomahawk 7, Wausau West 14, Rapids nothing. That's in the third quarter already.
All right, thank you, Dale. Thanks to Mike Yukaitis having those scores for us. Back at Scoreboard Central. DC Everest will have the football to begin the second half tonight.
Yeah, they've been pretty multiple. You know, it's a different offense to look at under this new coach of theirs. They kind of spread things out at times, and they run some counters. They throw the ball pretty effectively. Although Marshfield, you know, has, I don't want to say stacked the line of scrimmage, but they've sent some linebackers at times, and Everest, I think, just feels that they have the ability to do a better job throwing the ball against Marshfield right now than running it. Although Bankston is certainly a very nice ball carrier. He does have 61 yards in 13 carries and a touchdown.
Everest received the second half kickoff. Nevin Poppy back in deep safety along with Blake Bankston. Keegan Frederick will kick off from north to south or left to right here at Hiding Stadium. Keegan set. And the kick on the way. Long end-over-end kick. And into the end zone for a touchback.
Boy, Keegan does a nice job.
Yep.
Really high end-over-end boots.
Everest football on their own 20-yard line as we start the second half here at Hiding Stadium. Everest leads this game 29-6. Evergreens out with their quarterback Logan George. In the first half, he threw 2 touchdown passes and also ran for a score for the Evergreens. Blake Bankston, the tailback. George in the pistol formation on 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. George gets the snap, hands to Bankston, cuts back inside to the 25-yard line and out to about the 28.
Offensive.
Stopped there by Ethan Richardson.
Offensive line did a nice job for Everest there, pushing the Tigers to their defensive left, kind of washing them to the left, and then Bankston cuts back behind that in a wide open hole for 9.
Second and about a yard and a half for the Evergreens.
Yeah, probably 8, I'm sorry.
They have the ball on their own 28-yard line. Preby out wide near side, Edwards far side, George in the pistol. Preby goes through in motion. Hand off to Bankston once again, coming near side. Upended, nice open field tackle on this near sideline by Brooks Hinson at the 31. Gain of 3, that'll be a first down, however, for DC Everest.
Yeah, but a nice open field tackle against a very strong running back.
Yeah. 1st and 10 Evergreens at their own 31. Play just underway here in the third quarter. And Everest leads Marshfield 29-6.
Hinson showing that he's just not a one-way player. He's been playing defensive back for much of the season and has made some nice plays this season as well out there.
Certainly has done that. George back in the pistol. Bankston next to him. Now Bankston is taken out of the ball game. And here's the handoff to the backup tailback. This is Corbin Enzenroth off the right side for about a yard or 2.
And a very nice tackle there by
1 yard on the play.
I think that was Ledden. Gotta check my numbers here. Oh, it's by 22.
Second down, 2nd and 9 for the Evergreens at their own 32. Edwards goes wide far side. Preby near side. George back in the pistol formation. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls far side, toss on the far sideline, incomplete. He had his tight end O'Brien open, but just threw the ball by him, incomplete. Well, that sets up a 3rd and 9 for the Evergreens at their own 32. Now the Tiger defense have not really stopped Everest tonight. So see if they can put up with a big defensive play here. Beckett McFarland now in the ball game for the Tigers at safety. 3rd and 9, Everest at their own 32. Preby near side, 3 receivers wide on the far side. George in the pistol formation. Gets a good snap, fades to pass. Rolls near side, now starts to run across the 35 to the 40. He'll have the first down, out of bounds at the Everest 46. Logan George takes off and runs for the first down. He gains 13 on that play. So the Everest Ball Club converts on 3rd and long. By the way, we should mention that due to injury, it looks like Owen Griesbach, Marshfield's defensive end, may not play again this season, and so he's replaced at defensive end by senior Dylan Hagan in the Marshfield lineup. 1st and 10 Evergreens at their own 45, still early third quarter. Everest on top 29-6. Mishka and Edwards wide far side. Here's Bankston off tackle to the 50-yard line. And inside Marshfield territory, stopped there by Ethan Richardson at the Tiger 49. Gain of about 5 on that run for Bankston. 2nd and 5 Evergreens at midfield.
77 yards now for Bankston in 16 carries.
That puts him over 700 yards for the year. He's rushed for over 100 yards the last 3 ball games.
He rode the back of one of his linemen that time as he gained that yardage.
3 receivers on the far side. Pregame wide near side on 2nd and 5. George will hand the ball off to Esenroth, stopped
Nice
from
play.
behind by Daggett and dropped after a short gain.
Very nice play by Daggett, who was able to slip around his blocker.
A backup tailback, Esenroth, gets the carry on that play. Simon Daggett on the tackle after a gain of 1. Tigers need to make a stop here. It's 3rd and 4 for Everest at the Marshfield 49.
Boy, they have really liked the middle of the field throwing the ball.
Well, they
so
send
far.
3 receivers out to the far side, Pregame near
Yeah,
side.
Watch the slant coming back.
3rd and 4 from the Tiger 49. George rolling to the far sideline. Now throws the ball on the run. It's caught by Mishka just inside the 45-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. Dropped right away by a Marshfield defensive back. That's Easton Ledden over there on that play.
3 receivers to the far side in what you call a 31 offense, and one of the players did run a slant over the middle, but Mishka did a turnout just beyond the sticks, getting the first down. 3rd
catch this year for Braden Mishka. And a 1st and 10 for Everest at the Tiger 44.
I'm impressed by George. Very accurate thrower, potential runner.
Yeah, he does complete 66% of his passes. That's not too bad. George back on the pistol on 1st and 10 for the Tiger 44. Hands to Bankston straight ahead. Looking for a hole, but grabbed by Hagan and dropped at about the 41-yard line. Bankston gains 4 on that play. I'll mark him down right on the 40. 2nd and 6 for Everest at the Marshfield 40-yard line. Very methodical work by the Everest offense so far
Yeah,
tonight.
that's the thought that was in the back of my mind right now too, Gene. Just kind of chugging right along here down the field. Content to just pick up those 4 or 5 yards, 6 yards at a crack.
Mishka and Preby both out to the near side. Edwards wide far side on 2nd and 6. And the handoff goes to Bankston, hit immediately and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Runs right into Brock Karolfi. May have fallen forward for 1 yard, but that's about it.
Nice play by Karolfi, who was able to get around his blocker on that play. Big hit in the backfield.
Gain of 1. And once again, a 3rd down play for Everest. 3rd and 5 for the Evergreens at the Marshfield 39.
And something we've seen the running backs this year, Gene, guys like Bankston and also the Tiger running backs. Rhodey, for example, they'll get hit, but manage to scramble through for a few more yards after the initial attempted tackle.
Evergreens line up 3 receivers on the near side, and George in the pistol on 3rd and 5. Takes the snap and runs himself straight ahead. Then he gets hit by Meisner and powers his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, big push from behind there.
He'll be short of the first down by about a yard, I believe. It's 4th and 1 for Everest at the Tiger 35-yard line. Everest has used up about half of this clock time here in the 3rd quarter. Clock now at 6:10 remaining in the 3rd period. 4th and 1 Evergreens at the Marshfield 35-yard line.
Packer fans, and remember in the old Bart Starr days, 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, he would fake a handoff and drop back and throw a bomb to Max McGee.
High backfield. George straight ahead, hits to Esenroth, hit in the backfield and drop back.
Big hits, big
He won't
stand.
get there. Easton Ledden there, Simon Daggett there. Richardson is there.
Daggett primarily, boy, nice job by the Tigers there.
Preston Hackett as well, loss of 1. Big defensive play for Marshfield. The Tigers take over on downs a 12-play Everest
Hi,
drive.
I'm Karen from the Hearing House, and these are our grandchildren. Children are difficult to hear with anybody with hearing loss, and I know I would hate to miss out on anything they say.
Gamma, they're cheating.
Even that! If you're missing out on what they're saying, you're probably missing out on a lot more.
Love you, Gamma.
Aw, and they have important things to say.
Make your house a hearing house.
Comes up the near sideline, the 20, the 10, the 5, and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Did that go off of Hinson's hands?
I think it did. Picked up by Hayden Carlson. He goes 64 yards for a score. And Marshfield trails 29-12. One play, 64-yard scoring drive for Marshfield. Hayden Carlson on the catch. His first touchdown catch of the season. And Marshfield quickly on the scoreboard here in the third quarter. Chase Robinson's 5th touchdown pass of the year. Keegan Frederick will attempt to kick the PAT. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. So Marshfield scores on its first play from scrimmage here in the second half. 5:32 remaining in the third quarter. And our score is DC Everest 29, the Marshfield Tigers 13. More football coming up in just a moment.
High school sports coverage is brought to you by Culver's, North Central Avenue, Marshfield, a family favorite restaurant known for
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
with a variety of loan products to fit your needs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, the Marshfield Tigers now score touchdowns on their first drives of each of the first and second half tonight.
Hook and lateral play. I watched it a couple times on the replay. Ball thrown to Hinson, and he turned around and scooped it out to Carlson on the old hook and lateral.
Here's the kick by Keegan Frederick. Long end over end kick. And it's Bankston on the 1 yard line, up the far sideline across the 30 to the 34. Well, Coach Kroll would be proud of that play.
I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah.
He used that quite a bit.
Somewhere up there, Coach Kroll has a big grin on his face, or his spirit, whatever it is these days. He loved that play, and they executed it so well.
Everest football on their own 34, 5:25 remaining in the third quarter, and Everest now leads 29-13.
At first, I thought that ball was tipped by an Everest player into the hands of Hinson, but no, it was thrown right to him. He went down around the knees, scooped it, and pitched it.
George in the pistol formation, 1st and 10 from the 34. Rolls near side, gets hit by Daggett, spins away, starts throwing across the 35, across the 40, up the far sideline to midfield, inside Marshfield territory to the Marshfield 40-yard line, out of bounds at the 38.
Should have been tackled in the backfield. A couple different Tiger players there, and George, a strong player, was able to elude both of them, get out of their grasp, and down the sideline he goes for how many yards, Gene?
Gain of 28 on the play. 1st and 10 for Everest at the Tiger 38. 5:15 left in the third quarter. Everest on top 29-13. Two receivers on the near side. George in the pistol. And Bankston gets the handoff straight ahead to the 35 and stopped right there. Dawson, no, that's not Dawson Meisner. That's another man in the ball game for Everest, for Marshall rather. It looks like John Sternweiss playing some free safety spots tonight. Bankston gains about 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for Everest on the Tiger 35. Edwards and Preby both out to the near side. Handoff goes to Bankston again, runs into a wall, but comes back to the inside and picks up about 5 yards on the play. Meisner at the bottom of that pile. Easton led him there as well. Gain of 4.
That
Ball
wall,
31.
that wall was Landrisi, a 290-pound lineman for Everest, banged into him first.
Now Everest faced with a 3rd and 3 at the Marshfield 31-yard line. Evergreen's with their second possession of the second half. Edwards and Pregame both come out wide to the near side. Logan George at quarterback. He's in the pistol on this play. Takes the snap, hands the ball to Bankston. He gets hit hard and dropped by Meisner at the line of scrimmage.
What a hit. Collision of the game. Bang.
Big play by Dawson Meisner. No gain on that carry.
Man.
So 4th and 3 for the Evergreens at the Marshfield 31. We'll see if Marshfield can make another 4th down stop here. Corbin Enzenroth back in at the tailback spot for Everest.
God, what a play. What a collision on that last play. Boom.
Enzenroth a blocking back far side. Bankston in the backfield on 4th and 3. Long count.
Trying to get him to jump.
George now stands up, and Everest wants a timeout.
Yep, tried to cadence play. Marshfield did a nice job of holding their ground.
Everest first time out of the second half. 2:57 remaining in the third quarter. Our score is DC Everest.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Distributor with the largest selection and low price.
Well, the Marshfield defense looking for another stop here. Everest has a 4th and 3 at the Tiger 31-yard line. Marshfield wants the ball back. Tigers down by 16 late here in the third quarter.
Couple quick scores. Rhinelander 14, Tomahawk 7, Auburndale 42, 6 Garasho. 14-14, Still Point and Hudson. Amherst 21, Loyal 8, Wausau West 21 now over Rapids 6.
Whole teams back on the field. 4th and 3 Everest at the Marshfield 31. Edwards flanked to the far side. Bankston and Enzenroth split behind George on this play. 4th and 3 at the Marshfield 31. George wants to pass the football. Starts to roll far side, throws on the run, and the ball's dropped. He had Bankston wide open on the far sideline in first down range, but Bankston drops the football.
You know, it's kind of looked to me like Everest, other than that long run by George down the sidelines where he got away, they looked a little lazy coming out here in the second half. Ball dropped, would have been a first down by 2 yards.
And now the Marshfield offense back on the field. 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 31 with 2:52 left in the third quarter. And Marshfield trailing 29-13.
Oh, never pack up the bats early, never pack up the footballs early. You never know.
Chase Robinson under center. Josh Taylor and greeted Rhodey in the I backfield. 1st and 10 from the 31. And Rhodey trying to get outside, cuts back to the inside to the 34 and dropped right there. Everest tackle made by James DeBure. Rhodey gets 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for Marshfield at their own 34-yard line.
105 yards now for Rhodey. Of course, he had that 42-yard run in the first half down the sideline.
Green had 147 against Memorial last week. He's over 100 yards for the second straight week. 2nd and 7 Tigers at their own 34. Wideouts on both sides, I backfield. Robinson under center. Chase back to pass the football. Being blitzed, gets away, rolls far side, and now throws the ball on the run and outside the sideline, looking for Hinson, incomplete pass.
Yeah, Hinson did the right thing, trying to come back and help his quarterback out, but that's tough to get your shoulders turned when you're running that fast, trying to escape danger. And Robinson threw it just a little bit wide down the sideline, but a good effort by Robinson and also good effort by Hinson trying to come back for that ball.
And now Tigers looking at a 3rd and 7 at their own 34. Hinson far side, Sadowska flanked on the near side. Robinson under center, Taylor and Rhodey in the I-back on 3rd and 7. Robinson drops back to pass, being blitzed. There's a middle screen to the tight end because across the 45 to midfield. Stopped at the Marshfield 48. Tight end Josh Peters makes the catch and carries to near midfield on that play to give Marshfield the first down.
Very well executed, boy. Everest came and got sucked in on that one, come flying up the field, and Robinson gets rid of it for a nice gain of 15. Thank you.
1st and 10 Tigers at their own 49. Now with 1:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Marshfield trailing 29-13. Wide receivers on either side. Robinson back in the pistol. Sadowski goes through in motion. And here's a flip back to Hallen coming near side. Lucas turns the corner at the 50, up the near sideline to the 40, and knocked down around the Everest 39. The Tigers pitch the ball to Sadowska. He then pitched back to Hallen coming the other way.
Yeah, Tigers tired of it trying to run up against the brick wall. They're pulling out the stops here. Kind of a double reverse type play to Hallen.
And Hallen gains 12 on that run, a first down for Marshfield at the Everest 39.
Hallen with a nice job of cutting it back inside as he was being strung out to the sideline and able to elude 2 defenders.
Now Kolstad and Hinson wide far side. Taylor and Carlson split behind Robinson. Peters the tight end on the near side. Robinson under center on this play. Chase gives to Taylor, runs into an offensive lineman and gets caught from behind and pulled down for a loss. Dragged down by Logan Lesmiller of Everest. Back at the 40-yard line, Taylor loses 1 yard on that play.
Yep, ran into his left guard on the play right in the back as he was shoved it. That guard was shoved into the backfield by that strong defensive front from Everest.
2nd and 11 Tigers at the Everest 40. Final minute of play here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers send Sadowska and Hinson to the near side. Kolstad and Hallen on the far side. Robinson in the pistol, back to pass. Throws near side, caught by Hinson at the 30-yard line. Gang tackle there, but dives forward about the 26.
Great job by Robinson getting back, setting his foot, planting his foot, and getting rid of the ball early. Hinson with the nice stick route going down the field and curling up for the first down.
Gain of 13, 1st and 10 Tigers at the Everest 27. Robinson will hand the ball off to Carlson on this play, straight ahead across the 25, and stopped right there. Now mark him down at the 25 or 24, right on the 25, gain of 2. 2nd and 8 Tigers at the Everest 25. Robinson back in the pistol. Wants to throw the ball here. Good job by Carlson on the block. Runs near side, flag down behind the play. Throw down the near sideline is intercepted. Picked off by Poppy, comes across the field to the 20-yard line. Back upfield across the 25 to the 30 and stop there.
Well, 3 flags on the play and all, I think, independent penalties. The first is probably going to be a holding against Marshfield. The second was an illegal block downfield by Everest after the interception. And then there was another one thrown on the far sideline. You pick them. I have no idea what that one was. There's laundry all over the place, and I'm pretty sure they were all separate violations.
Poppy with the pass interception. That's 2 interceptions by the Everest defense tonight. So the officials will take their time to sort all this out.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Yeah, I know like all the date spots in
Eclair. Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
7 East Spruce, Abbotsford. The Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce and Industry strives to promote the continuous improvement of the common good and the quality of life in the community through the pursuit of new business, the cultural, social, and economic education of citizens, and by providing accurate and timely assistance to the business community. Become a member today and discover the advantages. Stop in at 700 South Central or virtually at marshfieldchamber.com. High school sports coverage is brought to you by Country Wireless High-Speed Internet. We bring the internet to you, whether rural, business, or residential. Get details at countrywireless.com. Edward Jones, Randy Gershman, financial advisor, making sense of investing and help creating a long-term financial strategy designed for you, member FDIC. And Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling, HVAC specialist, restoring your comfort for over 40 years on Veterans Parkway, Marshfield, residential, commercial, and agricultural.
Well, the officials still sorting out our penalty situation here.
Well, the first penalty thrown in the backfield by the referee is definitely going to be holding against Marshfield. Then the pass was intercepted about 20 yards downfield or so, but then there was a flag thrown there, but it was thrown, in my opinion, quite a bit after the interception. And the official, I couldn't tell by his hand signal whether he was saying there was a holding call on Everest or a block in the back call. And then there's something over on the 30-yard line on the far sideline, and the officials are still huddled up about that one. I think they should just call up and order a pizza or something here. And
could be what they're doing.
Take some time. That could be. Calling Scotty's.
You're listening to VFA Football on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com, as well as ZaleskiSports.com. Daily Kitis, I'm Gene Delisio. We are trying to start the fourth quarter here at Hiding Stadium, with Everest leading Marshfield 29-13.
I wonder if officials like BBC pizzas or not.
What's that?
One of the Scotty's creations. Oh, I got to remember now. Bacon, broccoli, and cheese, I believe.
Oh.
Boy, somebody better text me on that one. I'm going to get it wrong.
Officials now discussing the situation with the Everest coaching staff. Coach Gadel of Marshfield standing on the near sideline with Brian Fravert. We are trying to start the fourth quarter. Marshfield trailing Everest 29-13.
Well, the ball is still sitting back on the 36-yard line on the far hash mark. But from there, couldn't tell you what's going to happen.
You've had a couple of long delays in this ball game.
Well, the officials now are talking to the Everest coaching staff way over near the far sideline on about the 28-yard line.
And no word on what the outcome will be of these conferences. Once again, if you're a Marshfield High School fan, you're invited to attend the Hall of Fame ceremonies tomorrow, 4 o'clock, at the Marshfield High School Auditorium. New inductees into the Hall of Fame will be Andy Varsho, Ashley Jadarski, C.J. Brock, Jim Sherburne, and Deepo Fakbemi, along with the 1999 Tiger football and volleyball teams. The Hall of Fame induction ceremonies at 4, and then a reception afterwards about 5:30 at the Elks Club in Marshfield.
I think the penalty after the interception is going to be called a post-possession foul. So I don't think these are going to wipe them out. I don't know. Come back to the line of scrimmage with Marshfield holding and some sort of an illegal block from Everest, I think, after the interception, because the flag was thrown well after the interception. But then we've got that miscellaneous call over on the sidelines, and the officials over there still talking with the Everest staff, but the main group of officials, the referee and so forth, now have moved out to the middle of the field. They're pointing one direction. That direction is where the interception took place.
They're trying to start the fourth quarter here at Hiding Stadium. Everest leads 29-13. And a long delay because of a play. We just had to end the third quarter in which DC Everest made a pass interception. And there were, we believe, 3 penalty flags thrown on that one play.
Oh, there were at least 3, Gene.
Yep.
I'm surprised you didn't throw yours from the press box here. You've got a pretty good arm. I've seen you fire one down there from here.
I had to, was using mine, though, to kind of wipe off my big canister of soda here, so it wasn't available.
Okay.
One official talking to Denny Gadel. One official talking to Everest coach Braden Mitchell. And 3 other officials talking amongst themselves.
Here's in the middle of the field. This is a position. This is a referee's a nightmare as to what's going to happen here. I'm sure the calls are pretty clear cut, but it depends upon when that illegal hold or block or whatever, when that actually occurred downfield on the interception.
Well, once again, 4 officials now in the center of the field, and 1 on the far sideline talking with Coach Mitchell.
So you can get the group ready in the living room right now and run that favorite play and bounce into the couch, what they used to call it back in my day, the Davenport.
Yeah.
Whatever that meant, but that's what it was called. Mom can throw a penalty flag or 2 and tell you all to get outside or go to your rooms.
Everest leads this ball game 29-13. Big night so far for Everest quarterback Logan George with a rushing touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns. Marshfield quarterback Chase Robinson has rushed for a score and passed 64 yards for another score.
Marshfield, Marshfield Pep Band still fired up, playing a number of songs, doing a good job during this lengthy discussion.
Now we have 2 officials talking with Coach Mitchell, 2 more talking with the Tiger coaching staff, and 1 in the center of the field talking to nobody.
Sometimes at the sideline they're saying, okay, how much money you got for me on this call?
By the way, this is the 74th game in this series between Marshfield and Everest.
Something's going to happen. Pick up the flag on the far sideline. The referee is moving towards the center of the field, pointing now over towards the Everest sideline where that flag was. Something's coming this direction.
Holding on Marshfield. Holding on Everest. They're going to offset apparently. And that would put the ball back at the 28-yard line. Well, maybe not.
I don't know. They're still walking around now. They're marching. They're marching a penalty off against Marshfield. I think at least one of the officials has the ball, and he's walking downfield. He's crossing the Tiger logo. He's into the 45-yard line. Gene, he's down to the 40.
Well, we have to move back on this side because the quarter ended.
Because the quarter ended, I know.
But the official gave the offset sign, so that might be what they're calling here. After all that, we may just have offsetting penalties. The Tiger offensive unit is huddled on the sideline with Coach Gadel.
I don't know. Could we have offsetting penalties between the penalty on the far sideline and the call against Everest in the secondary?
I'm not going to bring it up.
I don't think so. I think this is
point, whatever they decide is fine.
Yes, there's going to be a television program coming up that will talk about this one.
They're going to put the ball on the 25-yard line, which is not where the ball was. Now they're going to move it back. I believe the chains are going to come back. Well, they're going to put the ball on the 25. Ball was on the 28. Second down. Well, it wasn't the 25, my mistake. 2nd and 7 for Marshfield at the Everest 25. And Everest now calls timeout. Evergreens used their 2nd timeout of the 2nd half. We're starting the 4th quarter here at Hiding Stadium. Our score is Everest 29.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and I am standing in our all-new express lane. Open now, no appointment necessary. Stop on in and get things like oil changes, filters, quick lubes. No appointment necessary. See you soon.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Wausau West leading Wisconsin Rapids 21-6, and Nakusa a 49-0 winner over Watoma this evening. Now back to football. 2nd and 7 Tigers at the Everest 25-yard line. Robinson under center. Hands the ball off to Carlson coming near side, trying to turn the corner and pull down near the line of scrimmage. Nice defensive play by Everest Brennan Peterson on the near sideline. They may give Carlson 1 yard on that carry to the 24. 3rd and 7 Tigers at the Everest 24-yard line. Evergreen's changed several defensive players for this play.
Carlson was only 21 yards rushing in 6 carries, but he does have the big, long touchdown run of 64 on a hook and lateral. Going to have to think about that as to whether that's a rushing touchdown or a passing touchdown.
Well, now Marshfield takes a timeout. Tigers change some offensive line personnel, send Sam Granger in the
Take
ball.
your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
29.
Used to be that you could throw the ball over the top of Everest, score on the big play, and they were also susceptible to counters and reverses, but another coaching staff after Coach Strevlow has left the program, brand new coach this year, and I'm seeing a little bit different formations. Here goes Marshfield.
2nd and 7 Tigers at the Everest 24. Split backfield. Robinson wants to throw. Throws far side, caught by Hinson inside the 20, and
Fumble.
gets hit as he lost the ball, but you're going to rule the ball down at the 17.
Yeah, he's got the first down too. Or are they? What are they going to do? Officials talking now. Are they? The Everest coaches screaming for an incomplete pass.
Let's see what they call now. 3 officials converging again.
Hinson limping off the field as we speak on his left leg.
If that play stands, the Tigers gain 7. They'll be near the first down marker. They'll mark the ball on the 17. And now we want a measurement. So apparently the pass play to Hinson will stand for 7 yards.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 16 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now. Choose drunken chicken, BLT, Western, mac and cheese, sweet chili chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has broasted chicken, fish sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and Scotty'sPizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
And cheddar.
Okay.
So if you're looking to order one later, you'll have to consider that.
1st and 10 for Marshfield at the Everest 17. We're early in the 4th quarter. Everest on top, 29-13. Rhodey alone in the backfield. Robinson under center on this play. Pitch play to Rhodey coming near side. Turns it back into the 15-yard line.
Still going. Still
fighting
going.
forward to about the 12.
Yeah, still pushing. That's another one. Oh, now we've got a real late flag. After the play is over, the official on this side now drops a penalty flag along his leg. I don't know if we're going to get a late hit here. That was too late to be a holding call. The official is pointing towards Everest. Personal foul.
Personal foul. Face mask.
Okay.
Rhodey gained 6 on that play to the 11. And now more yardage marked off against the Evergreens.
$111 yards now for Rhodey.
And now the ball placed on the 7-yard line.
So first and goal.
First and goal, Tigers at the Everest 7. Early fourth quarter, Tigers trail 29-13. Carlson and Rhodey in the eye. Taylor also out there as a blocking back on this play. Carlson straight ahead, no place to go.
Nothing.
Pulled down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. First man there for Everest was Jake Reether. Loss of 2. Second and goal, Tigers at the Everest 9. Sadowska back in at the receiver spot. Hinson also back in. He was limping off earlier. Back in there now. Hinson and Sadowska both wideouts on the far side.
Hinson seems to be moving very well.
Rhodey, the tailback. Robinson back to pass. Throws across the middle, and it's caught by Sadowska for the touchdown.
Slant pattern over the middle. One of the toughest patterns to defend. Nice throw. Good enough protection. It was a quick throw. Boom, over the middle. Touchdown.
First touchdown catch this year for Jake Sadowska. 12-play, 69-yard scoring drive. Tigers may have to go for 2. And Robinson takes the snap, starts to run, tossing in the end zone. And it's dropped by Sadowska. Jake had the ball on the back line, but took a hard hit as he got the football and could not hold it. So the Tigers do not convert the 2-point conversion. We now have 10:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. Our score is DC Everest 29, Marshfield 19. Back with more football in just a moment.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Quite over. Tigers down by 10, but 10:13 left in regulation time. Keegan Frederick kicking off once again for Marshfield. Kicking from right to left or south to north here at Hiding Stadium. Kick is on the way, a long line drive, and well into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, 2 yards deep into the end zone. Man, that's a weapon. That really is a weapon in high school football.
DC Everest, 3-1. They lost their opener to Rice Lake. They've since won 3 straight against River Falls, Wisconsin Rapids, and Wausau West. Everest football on their own 20, early fourth quarter, and Everest now leads 29-19.
Well, if Marshfield could force a turnover here, we've got a ball game. As it is, it's getting a lot closer. Give the Tigers a lot of credit for not just tucking their tails in at halftime.
Logan George in the pistol. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. George gives to Bankston off
Look
tackle.
out.
Nice gain across the 25, the 26-yard line. And stopped there by Marshfield's John Sternweiss. John on a real big guy, 5'5", 140, made a big tackle against a strong running back on that block. Bankston picks up 6. 2nd and 4, Everest at their own 26-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. George in the pistol formation. Grabs the snap, gives to Bankston, straight ahead across the 30 to the 31. Gets the first down with that run, picks up 5 more. 1st and 10 for DC Everest at their own 31. Now 9:30 remaining in regulation time. Everest on top, 29-19.
Everest going over the left side of their offensive line again. They've been pretty successful going that direction when they've run the football.
Evergreen send 3 receivers to the near side and Preby on the far side. George back to the pistol, Bankston next to him. George grabs a snap, throws far sideline, a quick catch by the tight end O'Brien, I believe. No, that was Pregame with a diving catch right on the 35-yard line, gain of 4 on that play. Pregame gains 4, 2nd and 6 Everest at their own 35. Everest led this ball game by 23 at halftime. Their lead now down to 10 here early in the fourth quarter. Evergreens have 2 receivers on either side on 2nd and 6 from their own 35. George will hand the ball off and now keeps the ball. He does keep the ball on the carry.
Nothing
there. Maybe gained a half a yard across the 35 and stopped by several Tigers, most notably Austin Anderson. No gain for George on that play. Now Marshfield needs another stop here. 3rd and 6 for Everest at their own 35-yard line. Clock winding down, 8:05 to play. Evergreen send 3 receivers to the near side, and George in the pistol on 3rd and 6 at the 35-yard line. George rolling to the near side, now hands off to Bankston on that draw play. He gets hit and stopped at the 40-yard line.
Boom, big hit.
Dawson Meisner with a big hit. That prevents the first down. Looked like Bankston had room to run, but he stopped by Meisner right on the 40. Gain of 5, and that leaves Everest with a 4th and 1 at their own 40.
Boy, it looked like Bankston had room to run. Meisner comes up, bam, shuts the door, drops him right there.
Several big plays by Dawson Meisner tonight. And Everest says they'll go for it. 4th and 1 at their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, watch the cadence now.
George under center. Bankston behind him. And George himself straight ahead. He breaks into secondary and gets the first down near midfield. They may have lost the football. There's a fumble. The Everest lineman is downfield. He grabs the football. Heads up play by Cameron Kegel of Everest. Following that play, he fell on the loose football at the Marshfield 47-yard line. So Everest does have the first down. They gain 13 on that play. 1st and 10 Evergreens at the Marshfield 47. Now 7:10 remaining in regulation time, and Everest leads 29-19. Evergreen send 3 receivers to the near side. George back on the pistol. Bankston next to him. George rolls near side, stops, takes off, and lobs the ball across the field, caught at the 35-yard line.
On this sideline official threw a late penalty.
He may have been across the line of scrimmage.
Could be.
Ball is caught by Edwards. He carried inside the 35.
It's going to be against Everest.
Yeah, but George may have been across the line of scrimmage on that play.
Holding call, Gene.
Okay.
Referee just showed it.
Yeah, he was awfully close, but apparently you're right, Dale. Holding against DC Everest. Brings the ball back to the Everest 43. 1st and 20 for the Evergreens at their own 43-yard line. 6:50 left in regulation time. Everest on top, 29-19. Marshfield has 2 timeouts remaining in the second half. Everest has 1. O'Brien and Pregame both on the far side. Edwards and Mishka wide near side on 1st and 20. Mishka goes through in motion. George back to pass. Being rushed across the middle. Caught by Pregame. Cuts outside the 50. On the near sideline 40, 35, 30. Breaks a tackle at the 20. He's at the 15 and ridden out inside the 10-yard line. A big catch and run for Cohen Pregame. Puts Everest in scoring range deep inside Marshfield territory. He's out of bounds around the 5. We'll see where they mark the football. Looks like run on the 6-yard line. A gain of 51 yards on that pass play to Cohen Pregame. And Everest first down on the Tiger 6-yard line.
Nice little pick play over the middle. You send your tight end in. He picks off the linebacker, and you throw the ball to Pregame, and away he goes. It's almost like a middle screen, but it's tossed downfield in a nice pick play that Coach Kroll actually used to use quite a bit as well.
George under center here, split backfield on 1st and goal. Pitch play to Bankston trying to get outside, cuts back in, and powers his way near the goal line and gets in for the touchdown.
Yeah, fell in.
Blake Bankston goes the final 6 yards for the score. And that caps an 8-play, 80-yard scoring drive for DC Everest. They now lead 35-19. Everest lines up in that swinging gate formation once again. They'll now shift into kick formation. Langston with 2 rushing touchdowns tonight, plus a touchdown catch. Kick by Stasiak is up, and it is good. So Everest expands its lead with 6:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. Our score now, DC Everest 36, Marshfield 19, and more football in just a moment.
High school sports coverage is brought to you by Citizens State Bank of Loyal, community-owned, community-minded. They welcome the opportunity to serve you no matter what life brings. Arts Body Shop, South Central Avenue, Marshfield. Quality body and framework, including custom work.
BBD Sports Shop is your one-stop headquarters for everything outdoors this summer. They have turkey calls, decoys, and more from HS Strut, Mojo, and Woodhaven. Food plot seed and mineral from Big & J, Real Deal, Big Time, and Whitetail Magic. And a wide variety of Big Bear Down scent sprays and bear bait. By the bag, by the barrel, and by the truckload. 2 convenient Wisconsin locations or online at BigBearDown.com.
For DC Everest, Braden Rohde and Hayden Carlson back in deep safety for the Marshfield Tigers. Kick by Stasiak, a line drive far side, Rohde on the 10. Up the far sideline across the 20, 25, out across the 30, then breaks a couple of tackles and carries out near the 40-yard line. Good run there by Graydon Rohde.
Yeah, stopped at about the 31-yard line and again got involved in that pile of players and just kept pushing forward.
By the way, tomorrow on ZaleskiSports.com, more football action. The Newman Cardinals take on Marion Tigerton in Wausau. That broadcast begins tomorrow, 1 p.m. on ZaleskiSports.com. 1st and 10 Marshfield at their own 39-yard line. As we approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter, Everest leads 36-19.
Rohde, not a real big guy, 175-pounder, but runs very strong.
Certainly does. Robinson in the pistol, Carlson next to him.
Here comes a blitz, here it comes.
Robinson to pass across the middle, caught by Hinson, turns back upfield at the 45-yard line and tackled around midfield. Should have the first down with that catch and run. 11 yards on the pass play to Hinson. A Marshfield man is down behind the play. And medical personnel coming out to attend to a fallen Marshfield player in the offensive backfield.
I have 163 yards passing now for Chase Robinson.
That would be his season best. His previous best was 103 against Memorial last week. Marshfield man is down. This appears to be an offensive lineman as Grant Allar is rushing out apparently to replace the fallen Tiger ball player. And the Marshfield ball players are now coming towards the sideline. We can't tell from this vantage point the identity of that player. The Marshfield player is down now. He's going to roll up, and looks like that's Bob Shearer playing a guard spot tonight. Bob now in a sitting position. 5:57 left in regulation time. Everest leads Marshfield 36-19. We have a break in the action. Let's take time out for this message.
High school sports coverage is brought to you by Ag Country FCS Marshfield, supporting agriculture and rural communities with competitive credit and financial services. Merit Electric Service Marshfield, electricians specializing in installations, repairs, and remodels, proudly supporting area youth and events. And Chili Implement, County Y in Chili, the official source for Land Pride implements for farm, turf, dirt working, and landscaping.
Marshfield football at the 50-yard line. 5:57 left in the fourth quarter. Marshfield trails DC Everest 36-19. Tiger football at the 50, 1st and 10. Chase Robinson in the pistol with 3 receivers on the near side. Chase drops back to pass. Looks across the middle, throws, grabbed by Sadowska, who then coughs it up. A high throw, and Jake Sadowska, only 5'7", went as high as he could but just could not corral it. The pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, couldn't quite climb the ladder high enough. The ball off his fingertips, almost brought it in. Good effort by Sadowska, but the ball a little high. And of course, it's as a quarterback, you're throwing through those tall linemen, so it's sometimes that's where that throw ends up, a little high.
Jake does have a touchdown catch tonight. 2nd and 10 Tigers at the 50-yard line. Robinson back in the pistol once again. Grabs the snap, drops back to pass, throws near side, and caught by Hinson at the 45-yard line, looking for some running room, but now gang tackled right at that spot. And that play only gains 5 yards for Brooks Hinson.
Oh, a very late penalty now.
Now there were about 3 guys trying to tackle Brooks. He wouldn't go down, and they may have tried to keep tackling him after the whistle blew.
Yeah, we can't hear the whistle from up here with our headsets on, certainly, so we don't know where the whistle blows to stop the play. They were, well, I don't know if they were excessively rough on Hinson, but 3 players had him wrapped up, and they kept pushing and pushing and pushing.
So a flag down on the play. And once again, a conference. We've seen several of those tonight. Officials now breaking up their talk.
Roughing the passer? Or roughing the running back? Some sort of
roughing somebody.
Roughing somebody, yeah. Now unsportsmanlike call.
This could add up to some big yardage for Marshfield.
I know I didn't do it. Pointing up here at me, I did not do it.
Well, the officials discussing this with the Tiger coaching staff once again. We've had several long conferences tonight.
Yeah, we've had some real odd penalty situations. I think officials are doing a pretty good job. It's just that there's been some weird situations or plays that have taken place tonight that have necessitated a lot of yellow flags tonight. But from my viewpoint, I don't know. I wouldn't say they're unnecessary.
Now the officials across the field talking with the Everest coaching staff.
Coach Gadel is pointing down the direction of the Everest players. He and Coach Hartwig are having a discussion. I don't know if it's to turn down a call or what. I have no idea what's going on out here, folks. I really don't. That's pretty usual, I guess, isn't it, Gene?
5:40 left in the 4th quarter. Everest leads 36-19. A number of rather long conferences in this ball game tonight.
I know people stop you at the grocery store or at the gas station and you say, what does that Dahliakitis know? I mean, geez, he is really an idiot. He doesn't know what's going on half the time out there.
I'm not sure they say that.
Oh. Well, I was better when Arnie was with us years ago because Arnie was down on the sidelines and he could also make something up for us.
He could figure that out.
Yes.
Well, yardage marked off against DC Everest. Ball placed on the Everest 33. That'll be a first down for Marshfield.
I think it's going to be roughly some sort of a roughing call or personal foul call. Coach Hartwig's still out there and interrogating the referee, and the referee sticks his hands out like, I don't know. Oh, now he's coming into the near sidelines. They have another debate.
We're going to Coach Gadel once again.
Marshfield is already lined up at the line of scrimmage. Gadel is pointing down the field in the Everest direction. You know, there was it looked like a personal foul, some sort of a roughing call. Yeah, that's what Gadel is showing. And then there was a call for unsportsmanlike, so I think Gadel is trying to say, hey, there should be 2 penalties marched off here.
And now the official's looking for about that one.
Well, now let's go talk about this. Hey, referee says, "Don't you guys throw any more flags, okay?"
Yeah.
"I'd like to get home sometime tonight."
You are listening to VFA football on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield, and WOSQFM.com, and also on ZaleskiSports.com. With Dale Yukaitis, I'm Gene Delisio.
Here we go. I think Coach Gadel won. He's going to get another 15 off the play.
It was a roughing call and unsportsmanlike call against Everest on the same play. So that brings the ball down to the Everest 18.
Gosh, that guy keeps on walking. He's going to end up in Spencer pretty soon.
So the Tigers gain considerable yardage on that play.
I'd say at least 30 off of penalties. 25 off of penalties.
27.
27, okay.
Robinson in the pistol. And an Everest man crosses the line of scrimmage.
Let's throw another flag.
That puts the ball on the 13. Plus he was drawn off. The Everest ball players are signaling against Marshfield.
Oh, boy.
It'll be against Everest.
5 more.
That brings the ball to the 13-yard line. 1st and 5 Tigers at the Everest 13. Hinson and Sadowska both out wide far side. Kolstad and Hallen on the near side. Robinson in the pistol. Chase takes the snap. Inside handoff to Carlson, straight ahead for about 1 yard. And buried right there by several DC Everest defensive linemen, led by Logan Lesmiller. 1 yard for Carlson. 2nd and 4 Tigers at the Everest 12. Robinson back to pass here. Pump fakes. Now comes near side. Will take off and run out of bounds around the 13. He may actually lose a yard on that play. In fact, they'll mark him back at the 14-yard line. He'll lose 2 yards on that scramble.
Well, looking for a receiver in the back corner of the end zone. Didn't find anything there.
Marshfield now faced with 3rd and 6 at the Everest 14. Everest on top by 17 with 5:16 to play. Hinson and Sadowska wide far side. Rhodey back in the ballgame at tailback. Snap back to Robinson. Gives to Rhodey. Has a nice gain straight ahead across the 10 to the 5-yard line and in the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh, right between left guard and tackle. Just blew it open.
Braden Rhodey goes 14 yards for the score. A 6-play, 61-yard scoring drive. Marshfield now trails 36-19. Tigers with 3 touchdowns here in the second half.
Wait a minute.
However, call that one back. Holding call on Marshfield.
Oh, gosh.
So that play will be called back.
I didn't see the flag, did you? I didn't.
Neither did I,
Till
really.
late, after the play was all over, I saw one lying near about where the ball was snapped, so it was probably something in that interior line.
Ball comes back to the 13-yard line. 3rd and 5 Tigers at the Everest 13, and the touchdown run by Rhodey taken off the board.
And again, folks, I'm not criticizing the officials and saying these calls are not there. We've just had a lot of them tonight. Let's just put it that way.
Sadowska and Hinson wide outs far side. Rhodey the tailback. Robinson in the pistol on 3rd and 5. Chase drops back to pass. Has time. Throws across the middle. Low throw and incomplete. Looking for Sadowska on a slant at the goal line. Ball was thrown low, and the Everest ball players say they've been a low diving pass interception.
Oh, now we've got 2 officials talking. The umpire.
The officials say incomplete pass.
Okay.
Incomplete pass.
Well, the umpire was looking at the back judge, and the referee comes in and goes, "No, incomplete. Let's go."
Brings up a 4th down for Marshfield. 4th and 5 Tigers at the Everest 13. With 5:04 remaining.
Well, this is a Tiger team that could have. Oh, now we're going to get a timeout, Marshfield.
Yep, Marshfield wants a timeout. Their second timeout of the second half. 5:04 left in regulation time. Our score is DC Everest 36 and the Marshfield Tigers 19. DC Everest leads by 17 with 5:04 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield has the ball on the Everest 13-yard line, 4th and 5.
Keegan Frederick and company going through their field goal practice, long snapper, holder.
You wonder if they might consider that field goal as an option here to get them back to within 14. But the offense huddled around Coach Gadel.
I don't know if Marshfield does it, but many coaching staffs have a card with them that says what the deficit is, that gives them an idea what they should do on a given down. Should we go for it? Should we kick? What should we do?
Yeah, Coach Kroll always had that card.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Sure.
Tigers go for it. Robinson back to pass, throws far side. There's a man out there. And the ball is caught by Howland at about the 8-yard line. Took a hard hit on the play, but that should be close to the first down. That is a first down for Marshfield. Pick up a 5 on the pass play to Lucas Howland.
Nice job by Howland hanging on to that. He took a lick.
His first catch of the year.
You could see it coming, the ball being lofted out there to the right to him, and a defender closing from the other direction. Collision time.
Gain of 6, 1st and goal Tigers at the Everest 7. Robinson back to pass again. Pump fakes, throws toward the goal line and over Kolsted's head on the far sideline, incomplete.
Well, he had two receivers right next to each other, basically over there along the goal line.
Brings up a 2nd and goal for Marshfield at the Everest 7-yard line.
Well covered by Everest, as they had about 4 people over there.
Marshfield with 2 scores here in the second half. They'll race a 23-point halftime deficit, but Everest with 1 score, and that gap now is 17 once again. 2nd and goal for Marshfield at the Everest 7. Hinson and Sadowska both out to the near side. Robinson fakes the handoff, starts to run, eludes a couple of tacklers, turns the near corner, stumbles at the 5-yard line, gets close, and he's in the end zone for the touchdown. Some nifty running by Chase Robinson. He goes 7 yards for the score. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the ball game.
Well, he held the ball in the backfield like he was looking to hand the ball off to somebody and kind of stood there and then took off running to his left. Got it in.
9-play, 61-yard scoring drive. Marshfield now trails 36-25. And Keegan Frederick will attempt to kick the PAT. But first, a flag down. The back judge below the goalpost throws a flag. And an Everest man is leaving the field.
He counted the players. Might have been too many players on the field.
Could be.
It's against Everest. So now what does Marshfield do? Now they're going to mark it off. It'll be half the distance, I think. Oh, wait a minute. They're turning around. Look at. I don't know. I'm sorry. They moved the ball about 6 inches closer to the goal line.
Well, Frederick will again attempt to kick the PAT. Ball is placed down. Kick is on the way.
Hey, a flag on the far sideline, Gene.
The kick is good, but once again, flags down. Might be illegal substitution against somebody. Tigers moving back. Now the ball placed on the 7-yard line. That call against Marshfield. So Frederick kicking it now from about the 14.
He's got a strong leg. That won't be any problem, providing he doesn't have a little bit of angle on his kick.
Alex Pilsner, the holder. Ball is placed down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is up and through.
Flag? Wait a minute. There is a flag. The official on this near sideline has a flag at his feet. You know, I think, I'm not going to think. Better when I don't think.
Looks like another call again.
What are we going to do this time? Well, let's turn around and mark off some yardage over Everest. They must have been lined up wrong. It's the only thing that could have been.
Ball's back at the 3. You think Marshfield might have the option to decline that call, but again, they'll make Frederick kick. Once again, ball goes down, kick is on the way, the kick is blocked. This time the kick is blocked, and so that last Everest penalty takes 1 point off the scoreboard for Marshfield. We now have 4:31 remaining in regulation time. On our score, DC Everest 36, Marshfield 25. More football coming up in just a moment.
High school sports is being brought to you courtesy of our broadcaster club members, including Marshfield Utilities, your community-owned electric and water provider since 1904, supporting the teams and teens in central Wisconsin. Sternweiss & Sons Marshfield, ready mix and block, serving the area since 1972 with quality concrete products. The Daily Grind, downtown Marshfield, gourmet coffee and teas, plus specialty eats. And Maria Seefeld at All Ears Hearing Care, 106 West McMillan, Marshfield. Visit allearshearingcare.com.
Final score in from Edgar. The Edgar Wildcats win their ballgame with Pittsfield tonight, 35-0.
Apparently, the Stanley Osseo contest may have been a forfeit tonight.
Yeah, Osseo forfeited about the first half of their schedule because of some issues. So Stanley Boyd's actually playing what's called Spectrum High School, which I think is a private school over in Minnesota. They played, I think, Cadott last week. Now they're playing Stanley Boyd this week. But Osseo Fairchild had to cancel part of their season. Now the Tigers are lining up for an onside kick.
Tomahawk 21, Rhinelander 14. That's the final. Nakusa 49 over Watoma. 49-0 final.
Frederick approaching. Kick to the near side. Bouncing around on the near sideline, but goes out of bounds. Good effort on that play by Marshfield. Jackson Anderson almost got there.
And of course, there's a flag. There has to be on that play.
Ball bouncing along the near sideline. Jackson Anderson came over, almost corralled it, but the ball eluded him, got over the sideline, and so the Everest offense will take over at that point. Everest football on their own 35, 4:31 remaining, and Everest leading 36-25. Everest offense back on the field, led by senior quarterback Logan George. Blake Bankston, the tailback. Two receivers on the near side. Blocking back far side as well. And Bankston gets the carry. And pulled down as he crosses the 40-yard line. Grabbed from behind by Preston Hackett. Gets out of about the 41-yard line. He'll gain 6 on that run.
119 yards now for Bankston in 27 carries.
So he's over 100 yards for the 4th consecutive week. Good job by Blake Bankston. 2nd and 4 for Everest at their own 41. That clock rolling, 4:05 remaining. Everest will likely keep the ball on the ground as much as possible to keep that clock moving. Two receivers on the near side. George in the pistol on 2nd and 4 from the 41. George taking his time here. Now gets set. Takes a high snap. Gives to Bankston once again. And he's hit near the line of scrimmage and falls forward to about the 44. Maybe about a yard shy of the first down marker.
Nice play by Daggett there. Diving in there to coming in from the left side outside.
Gain of 3. It's 3rd and less than 1 for the Evergreens at their own 44-yard line. Clock still moving, 3:15 remaining in regulation time. Two receivers on the near side.
Oh, that looks like one of those push plays coming up.
George under center on this play. Again, waiting for that back judge. Now he takes it himself straight ahead and picks up the first down, diving across the 45-yard line.
I don't know how they would make that play illegal, but I wish they would. I just hate it.
Gain of 3. And a first down for Everest at their own 47. Now
yeah, I know. It could be just a quarterback sneak, too, rather than the big push play, but I don't know.
2:55 remaining. Everest on top, 36-25.
Get off my lawn. I'm getting old.
Two receivers on the near side. Bankston in the backfield next to George, who's back in the pistol formation.
If you look at the man in the defensive way in the back-to-back
George
referee.
takes the snap, hands to Bankston straight ahead to the 50, and driven down right there.
He or she, most of the time in high school football, it's been a he, will lift his arm up when there's a 10-second time before the time elapses before you snap the ball, and then he goes into an arm wag. That's a 5-second call. And he gets to the end of that, then there's a delay of game.
Ball is on the 49, 2nd and 8 Everest. Now with 2:05 remaining. George stays in the pistol. Bankston next to him, and again George checking that back judge. Waiting for that time count to begin. Now gets set. Rolls near side, wants to throw the ball, dumps it near side. It's caught by O'Brien, the tight end. He'll cross the 35 and dropped right there by Easton Ledden. Evergreens pass the football in that situation and do so successfully. Gain of 6 on the pass play to tight end Cole O'Brien, and the first down for Everest at the Marshfield 44. Clock moving, 1:25 remaining. Everest leads 36-25. Evergreens break the huddle once again. Preby comes to the near side. Edwards, the slot near side. Bankston in the ball game at the tailback spot. Gets a pitch to the far side, getting outside for some room to the 40-yard line, up the far sideline, 30, 25, 20, and out of bounds. Around the 20-yard line, they'll mark him out right around the 21. 23 yards for Bankston on that play. And a first down for Everest at the Tiger 21-yard line. Now with 57 seconds remaining, and Everest leading 36-25.
148 yards now for Bankston.
Big night for him. His best 264 and 6 touchdowns in the Evergreens ball game with River Falls. First and 10 Evergreens at their own, or the Marshfield rather, 21. Everest now in a tight formation. And George will drop back and take an 8. Tigers making no move to stop the clock, so George has one more snap. And that will end the proceedings for tonight.
Look at that moon out there, Gene.
Very impressive.
I mean the one up in the sky now.
Yeah, three-quarter moon.
Okay, open up there.
Once again, George under center has to make one more snap, I believe. Clock down to 30 seconds. Does so, takes a knee. And DC Everest comes out with a win tonight and stays unbeaten in the VFA by knocking off the Marshfield Tigers here in Marshfield. Coverage of VFA football on WOSQ brought to us by Partners Bank at 907 North Central Avenue in Marshfield, a local bank with a variety of loan products to fit your needs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. That's Partners Bank of Marshfield, Spencer, and Stratford. Our final score this evening, DC Everest.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.